welcome to another episode where Sinan pretends to run away at the very beginning of Cirque Noir here on
Oh,
Roll for
oh
Chaos.
no.
Ty, are you calling
we
the
have
non-predictable?
maybe just a little predictable.
We have so many people on our screen. Like,
He'll take that.
It's
He'll take
amazing.
that as a challenge. We now have one more member that is going to be joining the crew tonight. Hey, hi, new guy. How are you? How are
Hello.
you down there? You're right below me in the image now, so I'm just gonna.
Oh, hello.
That's a little weird. Anyway.
Yep.
Hi, everybody who's watching, and welcome back to Roll for Chaos, our bi-weekly game here of Cirque Noir, where last time we were playing, everybody was on fire, and the world was on fire, and there was fighting, and there was death, and there were boots, and there was running, and there was screaming, and there was fire, and there was more death, and, you know, that was basically... Yeah. That was basically all of last time. So, this time, I'm going to put you all on the spot. I want you all to give us one thing your character enjoys as we go around and introduce ourselves, like usual, around the table. And, of course, we'll be getting introduced to our new character, Pyro, played by Nick Klaus, here with us. So we'll start at random, but it's no longer an even number, so I'm going to have to use a D8 and just remove the 1 as myself. That means you're first, Klaus, tonight. So why don't you introduce us to who you are and what you have done in this sphere already, and a little bit, just a little hint of who your character is.
So you're wanting just a light background?
Yeah, just a light one. A little bitty, a microscopic, tiny bitty diet background. Yes.
Okay. Well, so.
Tie the videos or yeah, black.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Do you want me to wait?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, okay. So, Pyro, you can hear me all right, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Pyro is a Incadus ignis skifa peering ikata. And long story short, yes. Long story short, he's a little bit of a mixed bag, kind of like stick it to the man, definitely not friends with the Empire, essentially hated since birth and has a chip on his shoulder over it. So, I mean, he enjoys burning flowers, long walks along coals, hot coals, and setting things on fire.
Very, very literal in his name, but then again, most goblins are. So
yes. Was there anything else?
Now, your camera glitching out for anybody else? Is anybody seeing his camera go zip zip zip? Yeah.
I just assumed it was a strong aura.
It's doing the thing. So we're gonna move around. Give us one bit of detail about Bungie that we may or may not have known as you introduce yourself, Shannon.
That was not the prompt.
Oh right. Well then
you said tell us what they enjoy.
What they enjoy. Tell us what they enjoy.
And now you're flipping the script.
You know what? I've been working a long day and I have excuses.
You do have excuses. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So just like not hi, hello everyone. I'm Shannon playing Bungie, but just jumping into the
full
thing.
on whatever you want to do.
See how I did that? I introduced myself anyway in the question.
Yes, you did.
Bungie very much enjoys basking in her own radiance.
That makes sense.
Literally and figuratively.
Anna, how about you and Teo? Give us something that Teo enjoys.
I wanted to do something like unique that you wouldn't really know about Teo, and then I panicked and don't have anything, so we're not going to do anything unique in any way. It's fine, I have a migraine, I also have an excuse. I feel like Teo really enjoys control, and not like in a manipulative control way, but the more I can control, the less shit can hit the fan, amount of control.
I mean, that totally...
Not like I want to control other people, though that would make everything Teo has to do a lot easier, but we've recognized we can't do that. So if we can control other external factors, we'll be okay.
Yes, of course. Teo
doesn't have an undiagnosed anxiety disorder. What are you talking about?
No, not at all. No.
She has a fully diagnosed anxiety
Fully
disorder.
diagnosed, and currently is having a crisis of, I guess, the entire existence situation.
Yeah,
with the
crisis
whole-
of living. It's
yeah,
not
the
even a crisis of conscience
living,
anymore.
not conscience, not faith, not it's just reality.
Crisis.
A crisis of
Just
reality. Yeah. Oh, Gwen, give us something for a Ranrod.
I'm trying very hard not to go knee jerk and say that Aaron's favorite thing is sowing chaos, just to help out Teo. But no. Instead, I'm going to say that her favorite thing is actually tracking down new ingredients and figuring out new ways to work them into popcorn and beverages and other treats for the audience.
I mean, like that bit of viscera you picked up in the most recent episode.
Exactly. It'll
Let's
be
just-
fun.
Yeah, creature viscera popcorn. That'll be delightful.
It will.
Moving right along. Steven and Ori, give us something Ori enjoys. Be original.
So, okay. Ori, he likes to be able to try to be in control of situations because he can constantly see into people's minds and he has premonition things that are going to happen. The only issue with that is it drives him a little bonkers and he hates the monotony of constantly knowing everything that's going to happen. So he has this little urge inside of him to try things new, to break the cycle, try to throw off fate, to see how he can make the road wind just a little bit more just for his own enjoyment rather than being so desperately bored knowing everything. So, we'll see where that leads.
Knowing everything is such a curse.
It's a burden.
Isn't it though?
Moving right along. Sanan and Tagi, give us something from Tagi.
I was trying to find something more just creative, but the only thing that's coming up to my mind just right now is like main thing that he does that is his motivation, which is to just to mess with people who are pompous and narcissistic and full of themselves, to remind him of people who messed with him back when they were in Rulo, and empower those who remind him of him. Those who are like too afraid to, like, stand up to people like that, which is his entire act is about. So that's one thing that he enjoys. And dive bars and long walks on the beach.
Dive bars and long walks on the beach, and empowering the unempowered and putting the overstuffed shirts in their place. Rob, give us something for Ribort.
Yeah, well, Ribort, like many mechs, Mets, I don't remember.
Mets, yeah.
Is-
Mex.
Mets,
It's
yeah.
Mex. It's Mex.
I was like, you're a mech?
Yeah,
like
like-
robot ribbit.
Listen, it'd be on brand for me. I mean, likes getting really high, not in the substance way, but in the physical, just likes to be high up. And then, because that also tends to end up in him falling down rather spectacularly. But outside of that, I mean, Ribort loves to satisfy curiosity, really. Like any of those like little curiosities that he can seek out and find the answer to makes him a happier little frogman.
So getting high and learning. That's his entire motivation. Got it. Just like me in college.
Yes.
I mean, anyway.
Great
we'll just-
combination.
Getting
Wasn't
high
true.
and getting high on
It
life.
wasn't-
Play a
wasn't
word,
true,
but
but-
not true.
No. All right, everybody.
Listen,
So
you don't live as a creature who lives what? I think sub 20 years, 12 years to most kobolds live.
kobolds
remember.
live an indeterminate amount of time.
Okay. Never mind that. I
It's
had some
the only
flashbacks.
ones that have the very short lifespan are Skixen. So kobolds, they think they just evolve eventually. That's
Incredible.
where do you think Lesrin come from? Anyway, so last time on this game, our entire crew tried to escape a warehouse and were successful. Some of them more than others at getting out unharmed, unfazed, and then running into mercenaries who are now hunting them down for a rather substantial bounty. During this fight, you met one mercenary who failed spectacularly multiple times and had her own crew turn against her, and she had to run away and was able to escape with just a haft of a hammer that she previously had, and everybody else was kind of shunted into the Eternal Realm temporarily, and that caused Aran to have a mental crisis, and caused Teo to have a mental crisis, and allowed Ribort to meet a cute little flamey guy that was there. And then everything came back to reality, but Teo realized that her brother had been lying to him this whole time. And the buildings around them started to collapse from the heat and the pressure and the damage that was caused to the rest of the city, causing this small alleyway that they were in to be crushed under rubble while Bungie and Ori walked away.
Lie's a strong word. Just,
Lie is a strong word. So we're gonna come back to the alleyway in this moment, and we're gonna have a little bit of a roll situation, if you would. I'd like to have initiative rolled for everybody, just so I can see how and when they react and what might be the unfortunate outcomes of those situations. Ori and Bungie, whichever one of you gets the lower roll, we're just gonna go with both of you on that initiative. So, Ori got a 15, Bungie got a 20, so we're going with a 15. 15 for Bungie. Aran, you got an 18. Ribort, you got a 13. Teo, there are no longer any unidentified creatures in the area. Soldiers have died or been defeated or whatever. Tagi, you got an 11. Teo, you got a 19. Okay, so starting from the top, Teo, you're up first. You're staring at your brother. You are not happy. You are very much not happy. You are so far from happy that it might as well be on the other side of the planet to you.
That's right.
And in this tiny space, for a moment, you kind of forget that everything's on fire and the buildings are collapsing while your eyes just bore into Tagi's soul as you're staring at him. But then you realize there is an imminent danger, and while you might consider allowing him to be crushed, he is still family. And that maybe that'll have to be handled later. I don't know. That's up to you. How do you react in this moment as you see an entire wall section falling towards you, Tagi, and now Ribert's a little bit further away from you.
I think Aaron is with us.
So it's
Yep.
you standing in the middle, Aaron to your right, Tagi to your left, and Ribort is actually in front of you about 15 feet.
I don't know if there's any way I can get everyone to safety. But I will try my best to get the two immediately next to me to safety.
Okay. So you're reaching
Is there like a clear space I can see, that like a clearing or an area with minimal fire or like falling building?
Give me an aware roll to see what you can come up
Sure.
with in the very short period of time that you have. Nice, 23. So from the position that you're sitting at right now, or standing at rather, you can see that directly in front of you, there's that small raised area. There's a bunch of crates and things there. You might be able to take shelter under or around them. You also recognize that the side of the building that is collapsing down is mostly masonry and brick. So as it starts to collapse, you'll want to be on the far side of something, because if you're on the near side, it's not just going to wedge and land and stop like this. It's going to fall apart. So in that split-second moment, you think that if you can get everybody over to the other side of the crates, over closer to where the dwarf lady originally was fighting you from, that you might have the best chance of protecting them. How do you attempt to do that?
In my head, I want to throw them both, but I don't think I have enough time to physically throw them both. And get over there. So can I just grab scruffs of clothing or hair and yank them with me?
Just grab whatever you can and run?
I will apologize to Erin later for any injuries occurred, but I would rather not see her squished. So
You're gonna
yeah,
give
I'm
me
just going to grab whatever I can. And
Two rolls. One is going
Okay.
to be an agile roll. The second is going to be a strong roll, and we'll see how that goes. Agile will
Okay.
determine how good of an area you grab, and strong will determine how hard you pull.
Okay.
That's not a great
14?
area to grab with a 14.
No. Strong should hopefully be a little bit better.
And that's
24.
24. Okay. With a 14, why do you have so many high bonuses right now?
I
Is there a
don't
reason?
know why I'm at a +5. The only thing I can think of is the ability that turns my wounds into bonuses until the end of a scene, but I don't think it was used, so I don't know why it's doing that.
And that was... Yeah, it's pulling something that it shouldn't be. So this is the wonder of having to deal with Fantasy Grounds updates messing with my code, because this is a personally coded thing. So we're just gonna have to remove
you could just
the 5 off of stuff.
Yeah. So it would be what? A 9 and then a 19 would be the actual rolls.
Yeah. It's saying you have a significant amount of benefits that you shouldn't have.
I mean, if you want to just give those to me, I'm cool with that.
I mean, yeah.
Teo, you got an ace from
cool.
Ultramech for your agility
Thanks.
roll.
It seems to be like doubling your distractions and benefits. How weird is that?
Huh.
Okay, well, so we're just gonna have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I did choose, skip it and double it, pass it on to the next person and double it. That's clearly what was chosen.
That's clearly what you have going on. Oh,
but I will re-roll the agile roll thanks to that ace.
Did you remove the distractions?
No.
Tyson is distracted by the distractions and not engaging.
Yeah, I'm at 4 wounds, so I should be at 4 distractions, but it's not. It didn't. I didn't touch anything.
Obviously, the code is screwy. It's still sending that over into your defense, but it's not sending that over into our rolls. If I were to remove these, hold on, let me just look at it. If we get rid of those, it's gone. Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna use distractions for now as your wounds.
Okay.
Nope, it's still counting them now.
But it's -4 now, so it should be fine.
Sort of. So, yeah. Where you should have distractions working, it's not going negative, it's going positive. It's doing the opposite of what it's supposed to do. Which is fine. Whatever. Just pay attention to it.
Move on, math!
Yeah, sorry.
All right, here, I'll re-roll. I'm going to re-roll because I got an ace for my agile roll.
You did. Go ahead and do that. Oh, God. I'll have to look at this later.
Better. It's 15.
15 is better. Okay. So you're able to grab a hold of the scruff of the neck on both of them. Being shorter than you is helpful. And you pull very hard. So you rolled...
I would like to know
19.
what the original roll was pulling.
The original roll was a 9. So she got Aaron's hair, and she pulled Tagi by his tie and started suffocating.
Not the best holds.
That's...
Okay.
And yeah, strength is 19.
19. So with a 19, and you have +4, and you had 4 wounds.
Oh, so technically the +4 and the 4 wounds should just negate themselves, so it should just be a 15. If you do the math, it's a 15.
Yeah. When does that wear off?
We can do the math.
So it might actually be fine for you as a bulwark. Because as a bulwark, you do get benefits from...
Oh, and it's nighttime, so I get a +1 to everything I do.
Yes. So when you gain a wound, you don't gain distractions. Instead, you gain a benefit for the rest of the scene. So this is actually giving you the bonus that it's showing. So that was appropriate for your strength and your agile. So I've done the whole thing backwards anyways. It works for you fine, but it's not the way it's going to work for everybody else appropriately. So just to keep that clear for everyone.
Everyone else has to do math. I don't.
Everyone else has to do math. Anyway. Okay.
I checked out so long ago. Just remind me when it's my turn.
Of course. All right. So sorry, audience, for all of that nonsense. Teo, you have grabbed hold of Aaron and Tagi by the scruff of their neck, by their clothing, whatever that's back there, with your large hands, and you duck and cover and pull them over towards the safest place you can find. You still are going to be buried under flaming rubble, so it does offer you some protection, but not every bit of protection you might want to have. Aaron, is there something that you do as you get tugged off of your feet and pulled over behind some crates?
She will do her best to help and kind of, run on her tippy toes. so that she can help direct and make sure that we get there safely.
Okay, so you're trying to just make sure that it happens appropriately. I'll have you give me a agile roll to assist. And there's a 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see how justice will help this.
So you have 2 wounds as
I'm
well.
unhelpful.
So that's actually going to be -2 plus 1.
Except my wounds don't affect me.
Right. So it would just be a 6 is what you just got.
Welcome to the club of wounds and not giving a fuck about them. Welcome.
We're badasses. That's all there is to it.
I'm so irritated with this. You have no idea how irritated. I might actually go out and reprogram it on our break today just to fix the damn thing. Anyway, so you got a 6. With a 6, you start trying to assist Teo, and as she pulls you towards the crates and trying to duck and pull you underneath of them, you like wiggle and you find yourself in a spot you think is safe. We now move over to Bungie and Ori. You've just started walking away from the burning wreckage of the Poor District, looking around at the streets around and behind you. You see people screaming. There's like water trying to be splashed places, the sound in the distance of sirens as they try to get their fire brigade moving in this direction. That entire alleyway that your friends were in has collapsed inward. What are the two of you doing right now?
So, just throwing it out there, but wouldn't it be easier if we just tried to go save our friends instead of recasting? It's such a nightmare, especially in a dreadful time like this.
You may have a point.
You put a lot of thought in that.
Well, considering all angles and time and, training and money, and honestly, I think Ribwort's in there, and to be perfectly honest, he's probably the only person on this entire crew that I feel would be irreplaceable or at least hard to retrain. How often do you find a frog? I mean, not a frog, but a frog-like individual is perfect for the... I mean, honestly...
He would be very, very hard to replace, yes.
Almost impossible.
Little premonition, that whole burning building, they just decided to blip back into this realm right under it collapsing. So, no promises, but we should at least go look.
Stupid on their part. Why did they do that?
I know. Here I thought we were going to go be able to relax and kick our feet up and just hang out in the big top for a little bit, but no. They have to go blipping back into disaster.
Like, oh yeah, hey, look, we're all in this safe, not on fiery space. Let's just go ahead and blip underneath rubble, because we're clever like that.
They were probably on a beach somewhere. We don't know. But now they're here in disaster, so let's go save them, I guess.
Fine.
Start walking
So
back.
how would you propose we nullify the burning rubble effect that is occurring presently in this situation?
So, just going to be completely honest with you, I haven't exactly worked those details out yet. The only thing I see was just the building collapsing on me. Very hard to get a bird's eye view of that.
So, counterpoint here, if you can see the future, and you looked into the future, and we were not saving them at that time, is it really worth the time to save them if we can't do it anyway?
What? You have a very, very good point. Let's just look into that little scenario and see what turns out.
Let's just peek in, because I am wearing my cute outfit and I just really don't want it singed.
So I would absolutely.
And if they're already dead, endangering ourselves is impractical. I'm not saying I don't care about them. I'm just saying, the practicality of the matter is still in question.
Yeah, reason and logic and all of that such. Yes.
All of the things that they do not clearly possess. Yes.
All right. Let me see if I really hope I can get an actual clear image. Sometimes it's not fully accurate. We might just leave them burning when we could have saved them. But here we go. Okay, I'm going to look in and see.
Give me a magical roll. Let's see how in tune you are with the chaos.
Oh.
That is a critical failure.
Oh, do I dare use the ace, or do we just let our friends die?
Okay, technically speaking, that was a failure on seeing whether or not we interject. So it's not necessarily to save them. So you could see what is said. I don't know. Save the ace.
I could try to invoke my temperance for a reroll. Oh, fine.
I'm
we'll
gonna
use
let
the
you
ace.
decide.
What?
What is the situation? All right. Do you want to find that you and Bungie, following the lead for the future you believe leads you back to your friends and saving them, into a trap, or rather a situation that is very gnarly for the two of you? Or do you realize there's no saving them, that it's done, and you just leave?
Well, Bungie, my darling, I hate to say it, but I think all hope is lost.
Well, shit.
It's a little shoddy, though. Maybe we should go try to help.
Okay. Look, why don't we do this? Let's split it down the middle. Let's go that direction, see what we can see if there's any practical way to save our coworkers, and move on from there.
I feel like they were just downgraded a little bit, but we just won't focus on that. You know, we will feel terrible if we don't at least look.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think, yeah, sure. I mean, no, but let's go anyway. I can't lie.
So I suppose that we could find a sturdy building that isn't collapsing to kind of look down on it and
as you like turn,
see what's
you
up.
see like another building.
Or maybe that's not the best idea. The whole district is looking a little rickety, isn't it? Okay, let's just walk through this disaster path.
To be fair, it started out that way. Okay. They're screaming. Let's go. Okay. Shannon is asking Tyson, are there children in danger?
Give me an aware roll.
Sorry, my computer is.
You got a 9. You don't currently see any children.
Okay.
Also,
well,
just to be fair, weren't a lot of the children in the arena? They kind of lured us in there. Maybe they weren't present. Maybe I didn't see them. Maybe that's all hogwash.
I don't know. I wasn't there for the luring.
Oh. Well, then I'll keep my mouth
Shannon
shut.
was asking Tyson. I didn't say anything about kids. Bungie has no weaknesses.
Bungie looked around. You didn't see any children.
Okay. Is there a structurally soundish vantage point near us that we can see?
There is a couple of buildings nearby that look like they are more solid foundationally. They've got stone, like more solid stone that they're created out of. So it's less likely that the fires are going to take them down or topple them easily at this point.
Is there a water tower nearby?
High or low?
Hi.
Not nearby. I mean, there's one that you can see, but it's like one district over.
I suppose you can make it rain.
It would take a little bit of chaotic energies, but I probably could, yes.
Suddenly it's raining fire.
Listen, maybe here's my proposal. We try to make it rain, bring some water to the fire, we put out the fire. Once the fire has ceased, we can start seeing what state our co-workers are in after the flames have died down. Then we are not putting ourselves into mortal danger, but karmically we have attempted to help.
Clever. Okay, let's try.
All right, so before you do that, we're going to pop back to the next person in the order. Ribort, from your position, you were just speaking with a cute little eternal being, fire sprite or whatever it is. And as you suddenly feel yourself snap back to the physical realm. You can see buildings starting to collapse around you. The thing that surprises you most is that on the same spot that you saw that weird little creature before, a new face seems to have joined you. Pyro, if you would, exclaim about the fact that you just suddenly found yourself in the real world. We can't hear you.
You're muted on Discord.
Oh my God! Am I free? Am I back in the real world now?
Oh, hello. Are you the one I was talking to earlier?
As like some bricks just around the two of
Yeah.
them.
Maybe we could talk about that later.
All right, here. I think let's go this way.
Are you trying to move over near Teo and Tagi and Aaron as they're kind of huddled
If
around the
that
crates?
happens to be the way that Ribort thinks is the safest way out, then yes. Otherwise, the first exit Ribort sees, that's where he's going.
Give me a brains roll, Report.
Yeah, of course. Brains.
That is a 15 plus 3 is an 18. Nice, good roll. Looking around, you can see sections of walls that have already kind of fallen inward and fallen to the side. So there's like a small column that if you run straight at it and go up and over, it is a bit on fire. It is probably littered with broken glass and
I'm
fragments
great
of
at
metal and
up and
stone.
over. Up and over is my whole jam. Sounds
So
perfect.
you start
Follow
rushing
me.
in that direction, and you tell Pyro to follow you.
Yeah.
Okay. Ribort, you begin rushing up some bits and pieces of stone and debris. Things are falling down around you. Pyro, you chase after?
Can Pyro roll an aware
Absolutely.
to try? Okay.
That's a 12. You don't see much of a better option. This entire district is much more on fire and falling apart than when you were here before. And while it is quite comforting to see the flames roaring above the city, however, the building collapsing parts, you know those are gonna hurt. So the Mex is running up and using his little frog-like appendages to stick to the walls and the rubble as he just up past and beyond. You could try to keep up with him, or you can stick here with these other individuals who are taking shelter around and behind some crates as more parts of the buildings are collapsing upon them and more fire is raining down. Unless you have a different idea.
You know what? Rivart seems like he's got it handled, so I guess Pyro's gonna try and go join the others and maybe see about finding a way out.
Okay. So you rush over suddenly to the others that are kind of huddled up, and all of a sudden, Teotagi and Aaron, you happen to have a little goblin sporting a weave of flaming hair and like glowing energy on his body. Just rushes over to you, suddenly appearing from the fire.
Hello.
Did you follow us?
Follow? Well, from where exactly?
Weren't you in the whole fiery place?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. What?
Roll awareness, please, Tagi, and Pyro, roll a charming as you attempt to lie.
Point of order. Is it?
Oh, he's not a real goblin. He could lie.
That is not going to go over
The physical
well
form.
with me.
Can I tell because of my like abilities and stuff, or?
Well, first off, that's pushed into your awareness. You have an 18, but do you have a minus because of wounds? Yes, you do. So it's actually a -1, not a +1. So that puts you at you believe him at the moment that at least you have your misgivings, but it is coming from a goblin, and he seems genuinely to say maybe he was here all along.
This is confusing. Shit. Okay. Well. Okay. I did this. But if he's from that place, I'm very on my guard. I'm scared about that place. What if he's part of that asshole? But I don't know
You
that.
never want to be
so
part of an
I can't
asshole.
tell him.
Tell you
Aaron,
what.
exactly. Aaron agrees with Tuggy's read on this whole thing for her own personal reasons.
Okay. Well, I'm convinced now, clearly. So, okay, cool. Hi, nice to meet you. Fuck.
Hi. Yeah, these flames are nice and all, but maybe we should get out of here.
So as the building collapses
No,
down on
they're
top
not
of you,
nice. It's fucking
Tagi,
fire.
you are the last one to have an action before the collapse finalizes. You now have Pyro nearby you. So your sister has pulled you down, and you're kind of like huddled down with this large, I'd say almost 5-foot crate behind your back. And there's a section of the building collapsing over the top of that here shortly. There is rubble, there is fire, and there's pressure. You don't know what's inside of this box, but you are hoping it'll withstand the impact. What do you do to try to assist in this situation? Currently, with that aware roll, you can tell that Aranrod is sticking out, or Aren is sticking out a little further around the edge of the box where she might have a leg or an arm injured.
Can I I don't know, use my Aether Mage element powers to throw a bunch of water in the air like a fire extinguisher, kind of?
You could attempt, yeah. You can only really create a handful of water with your current level of strength and elements, so you're going to have to use some chaos.
Point of order again. Is there a chance that there is concurrent chaos water energy occurring presently between our two
Cheers.
people?
How many people are using chaos to try to create water in the air?
I was gonna help Steven there.
So Bungie and Ori are assisting each other. I want Bungie to roll magical. Tagi, before you roll, we have to get this all out in the air all at the same time. Bungie's assisting Ori. Ori, you're rolling magical. Tagi, you're also rolling magical. You're also going to have to choose how many applications of chaos you want. If you go with 1, Tagi, you can create just a small splash above you that'll cover everybody and potentially just make them damp enough that if you do have fire land upon you, you'll have some time before you rolled too early.
You told me to roll.
And I said before you roll, let me get this all out. Anyway.
No, but I rolled anyway, and I'm keeping that because it was good.
Wait, things are falling on us, right?
Yes.
So can I then instead do a dark wind and create a decaying aura above us so that anything that falls through it corrodes and turns into dust as it falls?
You can take either one swing.
Why?
You can either take one swing and try to destroy it, or you can create a shell of energy above you using chaos. I'll let you do that with one application of chaos.
Oh, the one application of chaos and do a little bit of death magic.
If you turn our water into death when we succeed, I'm gonna be mad.
Just says I destroy physical object. I mean, I guess water is
So what is
know.
that? He's just
Literally
turning the
a
water
physic-
into
yeah.
prime instead.
I
that
was
falls
trying
down
to
from
do it to
sky?
the objects falling on us. Also,
Okay.
I don't know what you're trying to do over there.
It's true. So
I'm
Tagi
literally
reaches...
picturing Mary Flora and Fauna. Or Merryweather, Flora, and Fauna, turning the arrows into flowers and the
It's
rubble
pink,
into rainbows.
It's blue. Oh, I was thinking it's
blue,
pink. It's arguing back and forth. That's where I was going.
Blue, it's
Just put them all together.
That too.
It's water.
It's water,
It's,
it's
death,
death.
it's water.
It's a gross brown.
Why not both? Anyway, Tagi is
Okay.
going to use one application of chaos to try to create a swath of death energy or necrotic energy above him that will destroy any falling debris that otherwise would have come through and hurt individuals. Ori, you are going to try to create a storm cloud from nothing. You can have a localized tiny rain circle that you will have to aim very carefully with one application. With 2 applications, it can cover that area easier. You don't necessarily have to aim it. 3 applications, you will call a storm into being that will rain upon the city.
I would also like to conjecture that it's not from nothing because more than likely this atmosphere contains hydrogen and oxygen. So all you gotta do
I mean,
is stick it
it's
together.
there, yes, but you're still forcing it into positions it wasn't ready to be put into, okay?
Do I want to risk saving the city for a little extreme chaos?
How much hubris do you
Chaos,
contain as a character?
Well, I do
Like-
always like to push the envelope open. watch it bend and see what happens.
So it seems like if you did anything less than 3, you'd be acting out of character.
We're going all in.
All in for 3. Tagi, you're in for 1? Or you, is that correct?
I mean, I guess that's one.
Okay.
How much does Bungie's assist help?
Bungie's giving you a
I
plus
got
2.
a 17.
Plus 2 to the roll. So I want you
have a plus
and
5.
I want Orai and Tagi both to give me a magical roll right now. Orai, you have to beat 15 naturally to avoid chaos entirely. That is a 10. Tagi, you have to beat a 5 naturally to avoid chaos. Please roll. You did. Excellent. Tagi's
Hey, alright,
effect.
you do have a reroll, right, hun?
Yes. I'm just gonna use that ace already, right at the beginning of the episode.
Okay, Ace
There's
is
probably
going.
a temperance argument that could be made here too, but
True. Oh, thank God.
I'm a little disappointed actually.
I'm
This is
not.
why I should not play
You
these
wanted to see-
characters.
Raining butterflies. I'm
Necrotic
just
energy
saying.
just rot the city away.
So you've got a 21.
Raining stuffed animals.
Butterflies, good for.
And with that,
Very
you have-
flammable stuffed animals.
Yeah,
You see
exactly.
Orai stand there with his arms raised. Bungie, you're like
Best.
channeling what energies you can towards Orai. You raise your hands to the heavens, and you can see dark clouds rolling in suddenly.
As was foretold, refreshed your ace, Ori.
Oh,
thank
there you
you
go.
so much.
There's
You're
an
the
ace back.
bestest. I love you.
And as the rains roll in, a 21 is capable enough to diminish the fires in the city, but not to put them out. It is significantly larger a thing, but that'll make firefighting a lot easier. So
I mean, we were just trying to befriend the coworker area.
yeah, but
I
he
don't-
called.
I don't
If it
think
was
we
just
ever
a
just-
bonus.
He called 3 applications, and he wanted the whole city covered. So
That was for the spectacle.
yes, but he did
Of
that.
course.
But he did that.
Spectacle
Now,
made.
hopefully they don't become just niche. We've done our part.
I,
Thank you,
I love
Karma.
the idea. Like Rubor is at the top now, and is like about to like turn around and be like, "All right, how can I help my friends?" And then just sees it starts raining,
Yes.
and like everything that was gonna fall on them is just disintegrated. Just like
Ribort, as
Like-
you have moved to the top of this and you turn back to look at your friends, rain begins pouring from the skies. It's moderately heavy rain, and as that happens, suddenly everything is coated in steam and smoke, and your vision obscures very rapidly. As a matter of fact, there's enough heat from some of the residual burning that the steam begins feeling like it's cooking your skin because you're above everything else and all of that steam is currently rising. What do you do right now?
well, for a very brief moment, Rubor was very happy because he was nice and wet. Loved the little
Oh.
rain. But now it's hot. And not fun. So yeah. Is there any chance that people channeling like 4 total chaos to make a giant like city-wide rainstorm would be easy to spot before it got all steamy?
I mean, you can absolutely see the bolts of energy rising from a portion of the city, and
Right.
slamming into the sky and causing the clouds to cascade outward. Yeah, absolutely.
head-
Everybody
I'll
can
feel
see
like-
that from miles around. That won't raise any alarm bells at all.
If that is not
They're all
Ori,
panicking. It's fine. It's fine.
if that is not
Yes.
Ori, I do not know who that could possibly be. I'm going to bound my way happily towards those two.
So you start leaping across the buildings and moving quickly. Give me a tough roll as we're starting to see what happens when you board a frog.
Yeah, I'm so tough.
I was
Oh,
gonna
I
say,
am
would
so
you even
tough.
notice getting
Nice.
hot?
I am so.
Does he even notice because the temperature's rising slowly?
Yeah,
enough? Is
no.
that
I
okay?
didn't want to interrupt, but that was the thing. Like, he's not uncomfortable. He's like, it's fine. I'm not noticing because I'm a frog. And
So we find you moving from section to section of the collapsed stone and some of the other burning buildings. You leap down onto a rooftop. You pad, and you go running. You run up to the edge of a roof with a large, basically a fence, whatever those are called, on the top of a roof. And you look over and you can see Ori starting to like sag from energy use. His skin is like glowing vibrantly from the amount of aether he's drawn into himself. And to his left, You can see a group of mercenaries, like, very quickly rushing in this direction. And to his right, you can see a group of peacekeepers very rapidly rushing in his direction.
Lightning.
Both he and Bungie are not aware.
Interesting. Great. Now, no, we were all together. At least Ori was. The mercenaries almost certainly want Ori at the minimum.
I think they want the
Bungie's
gorgeous shiny
offended that they
one.
don't want her in your mind.
I think gut reaction, not remembering that he's not very strong, is gonna try and use this little grapple hook to pull Ori up onto the roof and motion Bungie to come along, because I definitely can't do people at a time, to try and evade these two groups.
All right, so give me an agile roll as you're trying to do this as quickly as you can. Bungie, you're the first one to notice because Aura is drained. As you are standing there and you're looking back and forth at the street, kind of rushing around, the people rushing around the streets, and the rain now coming down, steam obscuring everybody's vision and making everything foggy, that there are
It's wonderful.
two
for the
groups of
skin.
individuals that are running towards you rather than away from the fire.
Probably not fans.
Probably not.
Disrespect when all I'm doing is saving the city.
See, this is why you really have to think hard before you take extreme action to save people, because, you know, it just always ends up in misunderstandings and inconveniences. We should have thought of this when we were doing the math to see if it was better to save our coworkers or to just rehire people. Report!
You see Ribord standing on the rooftop, and he launches down his little grapple, and it just tink into the ground next to you. What do you say to them, Ribord?
Quickly!
Yo, the best friend.
You hear shouts of, stop where you are, and you see individuals starting to try to get a hold of you. From one side, there's peacekeepers.
I hesitate to say that there is a complication redeemed in chat.
Oh, goodness. Of course there is.
Oh, good.
What just
It's a weird
And it's Damasan.
sharks
so
and jets and monkey
we love it.
situation.
I see nothing about sharks and jets, just
A group of
monkeys.
confused flying monkeys, or the world's closest version thereof, arrive on location. Confused flying monkeys.
Sharknado.
What do
Yeah,
I
Ty,
have?
where's your confused flying monkey art?
Wait,
What
is
do I
this
have?
our boss bringing in the circus animals to help us?
Yeah.
Right? He's
Circus
coming back.
animals.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Obviously.
Do I
Yeah,
have?
Heston
Yeah.
just forgot to narrate the dozens of highly trained, highly intelligent flying monkeys.
Yeah, I might not actually have a token for flying monkeys at this time.
Dang.
Ty,
What?
the
Just
fuck
bring
are
our
you
boss
like
and
even
say
doing?
Damasan
Just
really
bring our
caught you
boss and
slipping.
says he's coming flown by monkeys, and we'll know that the flying monkeys is bringing him in.
What
So
by monkeys?
our boss was coming here to save us with the
See,
You
monkeys.
don't
I
have
heard-
flying monkeys in your circus. I'm
I
sorry.
heard
Don't
something
you
very different and very dirty. So
Is that a euphemism I'm missing? What are
Flying
you
monkeys?
kids saying about flying monkeys these days?
I have no
yeah,
idea. I
if
don't
you,
want to
if you
know.
hear your kids texting about flying monkeys, you should get them some help. I don't know.
Kids, I need answers.
So
What did the
let's
youth
see.
say?
What can I use? What can I use? We're gonna go with a bunch of
Our imagination.
imagination. Here we
Just
go.
use a bunch
This
of red
is-
irons. I
this
think
is
it'll
the
work
closest
just the
thing
same.
I have to
Here
flying
you
monkeys.
go.
This is a type of.
Oh, those are so
creature.
cute. Those are cute as hell.
We got a few.
Those
Aw.
are flying mogwai, and we're having them go through rain. Just saying.
They're
It's all
squirrels.
over.
And they're,
They're so
a
And they've
whole
clearly
bunch
been
of them.
fed.
Wait, that is a flying mogwai. What the fuck are they doing here?
You see
Oh
a
my god.
That's it.
whole bunch of these little things just suddenly
Shannon this time.
suddenly
forgot about
distraught because of the fluctuation in barometric pressure. They are thrown off course from their usual migratory pattern, and then they're thrust down into the city as the smoke and the debris and everything makes their usual flight a lot more difficult, and their wings are getting tired. And suddenly
Damn
there's
you,
a
global
bunch of
climate
these little
change.
things just flapping and flapping as they get pulled into the area. We will now be going back to initiative-based interactions because you're also potentially in a combat situation.
They
So,
look so happy.
Teo, we're going to
Hey.
move to you.
Yeah, what's up?
So, from your position,
What the fuck is happening?
there is energy that's just splayed across the space right above you. Your brother very obviously engaging in powerful magic, because as the bricks collapse against the crate, causing a crushing sensation on even on you as it pushes against you, as you can hear the crack of the wood and the splintering of whatever objects are inside, you happen to see like bits and pieces of rubble enter that black sparkling space and turn into ash that just drifts across all of you as he holds it in place with one hand from the ground position that he's at. What do you do? You now have an individual also there that's got fire for hair, like literal fire for hair that doesn't seem to be emanating any heat.
Now is not the time
Cute.
to beat the shit out of anyone here. That comes later. Anger
Thank
and
you for
beating
the
shit.
raid, Goblin Cave TV.
Beating the shit out of my loved ones comes later. Okay, so we are currently safe from any imminent danger, fire, or building.
Currently, yes.
Okay. I would like to get the fuck out. Just in general.
Get
yeah.
the fuck out.
Just get the fuck out. I'd like to make sure no one is injured as we get everyone to their feet and start running. No looking back. It's just if you are not keeping up with me, you are not moving fast enough.
Looking down the alleyway where the few of you are situated that are still there, Ribort's no longer on this map, so we
Do
might
we
as
have
well
some
pull
folks
it
with
together.
crippled limbs, though?
I am kind of hurt, actually. I do have one wound.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I have
Barry's
four.
like arms
Oh.
off.
Not on there. Come on, Pyro. Get on the map.
Well, you don't need your arms to run. You're fine. She's fine.
So this map
What?
obviously is where you all are still, and you're on this side of the crates. So that entryway, the alleyway up in this direction, is completely collapsed in. You can no longer go in that direction. This section, these buildings have all kind of collapsed inward and now a pile of burning rubble that's just plumes of steam are pouring out of. None of you noticed Ribort go up and over them. You're kind of trapped in a circle of fire, stone, and steam with rain pouring down on your heads. If you stay right in this place, maybe eventually it'll all go out and you'll be
I
fine.
don't want to stay right in this place.
I have vodka.
That makes it worse. Stop it.
And I use
Pyro isn't mad.
I still don't trust you. You showed up at a bad time, kid. Let's cry.
So you will.
How tall is this? Can I reasonably shot put my friends up and over the fire to get them over the just immediate circle of danger?
I mean, you can get them out of the immediate circle. You don't know what's on the other side of the section you can see as
Yeah,
as
but
high
I'm
as
also
you can see.
I don't love the idea
Hello
of sitting
from the
here and
other
waiting
side.
for the fire to go away for us to inevitably just be caught by more thugs. I can only take 2 more hits before I'm unconscious. So the tank needs a nap and a juice box. I want to just try and get us okay. Reasonably, I can't just tank fire damage. I can't just hold off the fire while everyone runs through.
Have
I
you
want to.
tried?
I want to, but again, I can only take 2 more wounds before I'm unconscious.
But fire doesn't wound, it burns. So you're all right.
So fine, you're
That's
right.
not. That's not.
It It
It's just a slight
cauterizes.
burning sensation.
It will
Sounds
heal.
legit to me.
Okay. Hear me out. I've dealt with fire before via maybe one or two fiery popcorn machines, right?
Details.
Do I have any knowledge with my honor story tattoos that can help me lessen this fire in my immediate situation to get people out?
Give me a brains roll.
Oh, good, I'm great at those guys.
So the popcorn machine might work. Actually, be in for our
So-
benefit.
15.
That is just a 15, yes. You realize that when you've had to put out the popcorn machine in the past, sometimes the heat was so intense, especially across some of the metal that you had to grab hold of, that you could douse objects that you're wearing in water first, wrap them around yourselves, and then it would give you enough time to get through the heat. So you're being rained on, but maybe it's not heavy enough clothing. If you could find some other clothing that you could just soak and then go running through.
Didn't we kill some bitches? Do they
You
have
did,
clothing
you
that's
did kill
soaked enough?
They're like standing on their
mercenaries.
corpses, right?
Yes,
Yeah, we're
they're-
standing on their bodies.
They're all over the
do they
ground
have
here.
do they have soaked enough? And I feel like the
Give me-
blood would add a little bit of the
I mean, that's
soakness
true,
into the
but-
clothing.
Is blood flammable? Somebody look that up.
I don't think
I mean,
so.
It
technically,
depends
no.
on your blood alcohol level.
True. How
That's-
drunk
probably
were
true.
they?
Teo, give me a high or
Yeah, what's
low.
up? Hi.
High. Let's see how good it. Whoa. So they were wearing trench coats, and they happen to
We're
have
very
collars.
sweaty.
And they were very sweaty, yes. But you know, the rain is helping. Pour
And the
upon
blood.
them. And the blood, yes. So all of those things have doused them in enough liquid that if you stripped them bare and wrapped yourselves in the carcass of their clothing, you could potentially use that to help buffer you as you head through the rubble of burning flame and death.
Sorry, I can't get over carcass of their clothing.
Yeah, are you taunting these
What does that
guys
even
or just
mean?
wearing their
Yeah.
clothes?
I'm
Oh,
saying you
well,
might as
keep
well.
relaxed.
You might as well
I-
consider it to be a carcass itself. It's so
I would
covered
like
in
to
gross.
strip these to their butt ass naked. I'm throwing it like carelessly onto my brother and onto Aaron. I'm leaving the
you-
fire child out because I think it's fine.
Are you
Um,
being careful and slow with this? Which
No,
might take
we
some
need
more.
to
You're
get
just gonna
out.
hurry. You're gonna
We-
hurry as quickly as you
yeah.
can. Give me an agile
I'm ripping
roll.
clothes off a person. I assume I'm fine.
Give me an agile roll, please. Let's see
This
how
is
quickly
not the
you
first nor last time Teo's done this.
can. Let's see how fast Teo is capable of stripping a man
I have
entirely.
questions.
I'm gonna use my ace. I really want it to be canon that Teo is good at this for some reason.
Camera. Please focus.
That's better. 20.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
With a 20, you very rapidly declothe.
It's fine. We don't ask
these
questions you
It's
don't want the
like-
answers to.
It's like they have just one full body front zipper, and you just zip, and then you just and pull them out of it, and you flip them upside down like there's something stuck inside of a container. And then
They're wearing onesies.
they're all wearing onesies. No.
trench coat onesies.
Trench coat onesies. They got one long zipper
Sure.
right up the front.
Not gonna lie, I kind of want one.
Actually, yeah.
I wouldn't say no.
Here for it.
So you very rapidly pull the clothes off of them. Who do you start with in swaddling, I guess? Is that what you're doing to your friends? Just-
I'm just tossing it at them, and I
Okay.
assume they can swaddle themselves.
Who's the first friend you throw this at? There are 3 mercenaries here, so you got 3 choices.
Yeah, my brother and Aaron are the first 2. I'm gonna look at the fire child and go, "Does fire hurt you?"
Tyson, does fire hurt me?
No, you are immune to flame.
Yes.
And I'm a bulwark, so I can't say no to someone in
In
need.
need. No.
Fine. And I toss the third one to him, and I'm just going to raw dog the fire as we walk through.
So Tagi, you are immediately covered in clothing that is roughly
I
your
said what I meant,
size,
Shannon.
but
I said what I meant.
just wraps it around you.
I mean, that sounds pretty hot.
Thank you.
Aran, you also get covered in clothing that just gets tossed to you. It smells horrible. It's sticky. It is also incredibly warm in this weather. And the rain coming down isn't helping any of this feel more comfortable, but you do what you must to survive sometimes, even if that is wearing a carcass of clothing. Pyro, as you put this on... I don't think Shannon likes that statement.
I just don't understand why we're personifying and then killing the clothes. It's gross enough. And now we're raw dogging fire. We're wearing trench coat onesie carcasses on our persons. I'm confused. That is all. And for some reason, it's angering me. I'm like a Republican right now. I don't get it, so I'm mad.
Hey,
Look at it this way. This may be the first time a corpse has been looted in one of Ty's games. At least that I've seen.
I think that's one of the first times, yeah, since Silver Shield.
So it's a return
sure.
to,
You're welcome.
original TTRPG.
No. It happened in
Okay.
both Silver Shield
Thank
and
you.
it happened.
I'm less angry.
It did happen
Was
in
it
Dragons
me
of
who
Rulo.
kept?
Is this
Was it
the
me
first
who
time
kept,
we stripped someone down to their skivvies and handed out clothing?
That could be.
I'm not sure if that's the first time, actually, but I'm
Damn
pretty
it.
sure it's the first time any of us have raw dog fire.
That's true. That's true.
I just remember always
I live to
looting
serve.
corpses of their shoes and Silver Shield for the boot.
Yep, all the time trying to find boots that fit. Yeah, because you were missing the one.
We don't
No,
say
'cause
we
I had
for
a
that.
bullet
That
hole in
was
one.
just you.
That was just you. Yes.
Yeah, because I had a bullet hole in one of them because of a crazy player.
Through the fire! Go! Go! Go!
So,
go!
Right
Everybody is now covered in clothing, as much as they can possibly wear. This will give you some additional resistance to fire, but also make it harder for you to climb the rubble that goes up and over and out. So, who starts moving over the flames first? Teo, do you wait for all of them to go, or do you start rushing and blazing a trail?
I will go.
I
I don't know what's on the other end, so I would probably go first.
All right,
since
so-
we don't know what's on the other end of the fire.
Teo begins rushing towards the buildings in this direction, the same rough direction that Ribort had traveled in, and starts trying to climb some of the rubble and head between the gap that she can see that heads out into the major parts of the city, all while trying to deal with coals of fire, or coals that are there and fire that's around and steam that's covering and causing your eyes to... Please give me a tough roll as you climb to see if you take any damage.
I would like to make an argument that I feel like this is something that we did on Rulo for fun. I just want to say a coal walk feels like something very Rulo. So I've
mean-
probably done a coal walk before.
I'm gonna say that yes, it's
That's
likely
gotcha.
you've done a coal walk before, but never quite with these.
21, because I have a +1 since it's nighttime.
That's true. 21. All right, you make it up with a modicum of discomfort, but no additional pain as Teo begins rushing forward and up and over this building edge. You can
Spicy.
see the clouds and the rain and the steam coming up, and the city itself still partially ablaze in various locations, and the sounds of shouting and screaming and people running from to and fro, and an entire brigade of peacekeepers and the fire watch kind of heading into the city, pulling behind them large carts with hoses and things like that they're spraying on buildings, focusing primarily on merchants, locations, storefronts, and banks, and then moving towards the lower
banks
city
burn.
after that.
Print more money. It's
Capitalist
fine.
bastards.
Who's next up the
Print
rubble?
more money.
After Teo, who goes next? Pyro? Pyro,
Pyro.
give me a agile roll to see if you could like trip over any of these stones that Teo is kind of tossing back behind her accidentally as she roughshod runs up this rubble.
Okay.
That is a 4. So with
Rock
a 4,
to the face.
yeah, one stone just bounces, clatters, and then like bounces up. Let's see how hard it hits you. You take 1 point of damage, so it like smacks into your shin. Not a big deal.
Was it on fire?
It was not on fire, but it was hot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something at least.
Well, that's something at least. So suddenly you're just the fact that you're wearing all these clothes, wearing all this extra clothing probably padded some of the impact. And then you just continue scuttling up behind her. Who's next after Pyro? Aaron, Tagi?
Can I use guide the elements to literally guide the water element above us towards that whatever direction we're going?
Oh,
Yeah.
now you want to help with the water situation, huh?
Well, now because we're dealing with fire, not debris falling on us.
It was both before.
Go ahead and give me a magical
Well, I
roll.
took care of one of them. Now I'm taking care of the other.
Give me a magical roll so we can see how successful you are at guiding the element of water in your path. Not terrible. It will make it a little easier for you and for Aran to continue up over the rest of this as you travel up. So you're next. Give me a tough roll as well as you begin climbing the debris. We'll see how you do.
Oof.
It's your
Oof,
favorite
oh no.
skill. Tough.
Oh boy, tough. Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. Oh, that's good.
You got an 18. You got a 17 because of your wound. Um, that's actually very good though. So you do make it to the top without receiving anything more than some light burns and like very simple injury. Not no real injuries, just inconveniences. Uh, maybe like a first degree burn here or there. And
Wait,
as you,
my clothes are burning?
yes, your
No, that's
No, just the corpses
the
of
corpse
the
clothing.
carcass clothes.
Oh,
yeah,
never mind. That's
your
fine.
carcass corpse clothing is burning.
It's my performer's outfit.
No, your outfit's fine. It's underneath like 3 layers of other clothing. Next up
It's just a
is
little
Aran.
gooey.
It's your turn as you go rushing
Yep.
up behind them. Give me a tough roll. Tagi has made it a little bit easier as more rain is funneling down this little pathway. That's
I
not great.
think I'm gonna ace, because yeah, no, that is not great.
Okay. Aran's at the very rear of the line, and having the worst possible roll might not be great. That is a 9.
Well, she does have some busted ass limbs. Nobody is giving
It's an
her that.
arm. She's fine.
There's like, is it just an arm? I
It's-
thought there were 2 limbs.
There was an
that were-
arm and a leg.
So you
Oh,
got
okay.
a
That's
10.
what I thought.
You got a 10.
Only do so much.
That does mean you're going to potentially take some damage from the fire. Give me a high or low to see how bad it gets, because there's also a small river of water pouring down this little climbing spot now that Tagi's pulled all of the water in that direction.
I'm
What,
gonna go low.
Okay.
What's your virtue,
Excellent.
Gwen? Maybe
Justice.
it would be very unjust for you to die here.
That's how Sanan tries to use it. That doesn't work that way.
Hey, that's how you use it.
No.
We do it right.
No, it's not. Aran, you're going to take 5 points of damage from
I'm gonna
the
take
flames.
a wound.
Okay, so that's 1 wound. We're gonna say, let's see what limit hits. I just want to see where it goes. This is going to, okay. You happen to have, as you're moving, you're holding this clothing around you. What is open, however, is the front of the outfit where you're kind of trying to pull your hands together as you keep trying to climb. It comes open, and a burning piece of wood hits the ground in front of you, sputtering steam and the bits and pieces of wood that bounce up like scald you across your chest, causing a pretty severe burn and destroying your outfit right there underneath.
Oh no,
like,
your boobs!
Well, it's across your stomach, and there's a pretty severe burn there that happens, and you like shake a little bit and you like toss it off you, shouting out in pain a little bit. But you've now had a rather significant burn across your midsection.
But you look so hot doing it. Not to
Aw.
steal Robbie's
Yeah, can the
previous
steam
pun.
do like a little Marilyn Monroe situation too
Oh,
before it burns in the
And then
stomach?
she's shaking it right. She's like, "Oh no, it burns."
No, that's not how
I'm
that
here
works.
for it.
That's
No,
not
I'm
how
here
that
for it.
works. It is just
Absolutely.
that is not
In
how
my
that
head,
works.
that's how it works.
Yeah. No, you're like that character that just like looks ridiculously hot no matter what is happening to them. That's like canon.
I mean, I'm down. Yeah.
So we pop back to Bungie and Ori, who are still on the ground level. Riport's up on the rooftops. We're gonna put him. Where are you? You're up here. So we have that there. He's way up there. And he's launched down his little grappling hook to try to assist people. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. First one to interact are the actual mercenaries. You just hear a shout out, they're the ones the boss is looking for. Take their heads. It's 1,000 silver apiece. And the 2 soldiers kind of rush forward immediately, grabbing hold of their firearms. They don't see through the clouds. The peacekeeper's on the other side of you. Suddenly 3 shots ring out. Even odd. Even odd. All right, 1 shot comes at each one of you, and then the final shot goes at Steven. So there are
Now-
three shots that come out. Bungie, 1's coming towards you, 2 are coming towards Ori.
Now, Tyson,
Yes.
these individuals are, first of all, these are the ones on the upper
Upper
end
right.
of our.
Yeah, these guys up
I feel as though a walls from anywhere, if put directly in front of them, could soak up pretty much all those shots, wouldn't you?
It can only take 1 shot before it shatters, and it's only a 5-foot wall. So you'd only be blocking 1 attack unless you dipped into chaos.
I'm very
yeah.
small.
Yeah, I think here. How about this instead? Because you're so right. Walls from Anywhere has definable limits.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, what if my wall from anywhere just pushes maybe a bit of loose rubble that makes a much larger impromptu wall either in front or on top of these individuals so that their shots either don't go off because they are distracted by, collapsed by, on top of, or
A
just field of
landslide will
Give
view?
bring them
me give me
down.
a
Yeah,
brains roll to see if
Things
you can
happen.
find an appropriate
yeah,
section of decaying or damaged masonry.
yeah.
13
That's a
is not gonna
13.
do it. You can
Are
find
you
something that
sure?
could collapse down, but it's not going
I
to.
feel like you were just willy-nilly, Ty, making everything fall down, but
Yeah,
when
I
Robbie
mean,
wants to make
You
something fall
literally
I was
down,
ran
you
like,
get
over
all
to this
persnickety.
building because it was the most solid looking thing you found, and that's the one that Ribort's currently standing on. Something that wasn't going to fall over. Don't you remember?
He's not trying to make the building we're on fall down. He's trying to make a bunch of stuff around it fall down on the building that we're on to take down the guys that are coming on the side of the
He's
building.
trying to pull the stuff
Makes
from this.
sense.
It has to come from somewhere. The only thing near them that could actually fall on this map that we're showing is the building that you happen to be standing on top of, which is the secure building that they chose to try to go near.
But he's making walls from anywhere, so they don't have to come from somewhere.
No, he can create his wall from anywhere, yes, but he's not going to topple part of the building that's
so
too secure for
I
it.
Sorry, Robbie. I will let you
no,
argue. Yeah.
you're totally good. So I would love to use some chaos in order to have the wall be able to soak up
More
these
damage.
shots.
Well, you already
Yeah.
used the wall. No, you looked. You just looked. You didn't
Yeah, I
actually
was
use the wall.
looking. I was
Okay.
looking.
2 applications of chaos will make a strong enough wall to block any shots in a 5-foot area.
Okay.
2 applications of chaos will make a wall that is long enough to block all 3 of these shots.
Yeah, let's do 2.
It's like a
Why not?
fence from anywhere.
Yeah, fence from anywhere. Okay, 2 applications of chaos. You're going to be spending your overload, and then did you already do so?
Yeah, I hadn't spent any because
All right.
alchemy.
Yeah, this is
so
the first. That's right. Okay,
this is the
so
first
go
time
ahead.
I've used any.
Give me a magical roll, and
Magical.
yes, because
Yeah,
you're tapping into
good.
chaos,
Yes, of
and get
course.
higher than a natural 10. 16. That
That
puts you at a
is
14.
Objectively higher than a natural 10.
So suddenly a wall just comes up out of the streets, and we see sections of stone like skitter around it. Gunshots, pa pa pa, ding ding ding, hit into that stone, causing cracks and fractures to appear because it's not super durable, but it is good, and it has blocked those 3 shots. You do not need to roll defense rolls.
On the part of the wall facing them, in I like to imagine that it just has like written out probably like in like a pattern of like a very slightly darker colored stone. It just says please reconsider on the wall.
I love it. The peacekeepers, now standing where they're at and in the cloud cover, go.
Don't see anything.
They're shooting at us! Take them out! They didn't see who was firing, and they assumed it was the
We are
mage
shooting.
that is doing illegal things above the city, causing
Yeah,
their
'cause I
weather
love
environment
guns.
to change. I don't know. They don't know. They rolled very poorly on their brains rolls. So you
I
see,
don't see any signs around here that say "do not make storms." And if it's not posted, I don't see how we should be
And
liable.
not just because they probably
Ignorance
would have
of the
burned
law.
away.
on
Oh, maybe
Right.
in the
it's very
law,
difficult
you're
to want to
not
save
allowed,
any of them.
as an Aether Mage in the Empire, you are not allowed to do anything that affects an entire city. Hands
no-no.
down.
This is
without
only a
approval.
small section of the city.
No, it's the whole city.
So
Let's be honest.
the 3 of them, they leap to cover where they can. One of them draws 2 of them draw sidearms. One of them draws his 2 blades off his back and prepare to engage in combat with you. There are 2 guns that come up, and you hear them shout out, "Hands in the air! Get on the ground now!" And they're pointing their weapons. If you move in any way, they will attempt to take a shot at you. The bat things flutter around you very rapidly as they come squeaking by. And they're just like very confused. They find themselves muddled with both Ori and Bungie. Please give me an agile roll to stop from getting them tangled in your hair or like attaching
the fact you
themselves
don't
to
have
you
any
out of
like
confusion.
smoke bombs to throw on the ground and run away, like that's a little upsetting. Or I
Right?
feel like you should have those.
I did, but then I spent all my money on my magic weasel.
So there is.
Where is that fuck anyway?
I don't know, he hasn't let him come back in episodes after episodes after episodes. For all I know,
It's
he's
only
dead. after
been
spending all
like
his
a
money.
couple of hours in game. That's all.
Very true.
So, Ori, from your position, a bunch of these things kind of like come squeaking past and smack into you and bump. One of them lands on your chest and flutters a bunch. The soldiers
Oh.
in the cloudy area of smoke where they can't quite see you make an aware roll. And both of them see movement from someone they told to put their hands up and get on the ground. 2 gunshots ring out heading towards Ori. Bungie.
I'm going to use of me, and I'm going to get in their heads, and they're going to shoot each other.
Well, we'll see that in a second. So,
Okay.
It's not your turn, so that's an
It's
on
a reflexive
your turn.
action.
It is a reflexive action. Are you sure?
Yes, I read it just now.
Okay.
He just made aggressive hand gestures. He's clearly correct and he knows it.
Maybe we should not let them kill each other. Maybe we should just say, "Stop. These are not the mages you're looking for." Huh?
Oh, Bungie.
That's really unoriginal. I think having him kill each other is much more original.
Bungie,
Fine.
you got a
Fine.
nat 20.
Yes.
They won't know it was me.
I did?
You get 2 choices. One of these is these little
Grab
creatures.
a couple of the legs of the Mogwai bats and fly to safety.
Yes, you can either take one of these individuals can carry you away because you happen to get caught by them and you're light enough that they're able to fly away with you, or you find one that lands on you that's slightly injured and happens to curl protectively into your chest and wants to remain there.
New friend.
You're so mean. I love it.
You're making
That
Shannon
was-
to choose
that was
between her own
amazing.
safety or a friend.
New
And that's
friend.
not okay.
No, but no, because I'm me.
Oh,
I'm not.
wow.
I'm Bungie, and Bungie's.
But you're the player, and you decide what happens to
Shannon,
Bungie.
we'll
Right?
find
Bungie doesn't
Bungie.
decide
We'll find Bungie a
her
friend.
fate.
Bungie
I'm-
is a friend, I'm just saying.
Trying to be meta and method, channeling my inner Jared Leto, but there's no way that I can. This is like a Mogwai creature-y thing. That's. Okay, fine. You know what? Little
And then I
bastard's
do
my
wanna
friend
just
now. Fuck
really
off,
quick-
everyone.
All right.
Well, I wanted to say
What?
really quick, if you let it hold on to your chest, there's a chance it will take a bullet for you, and you wouldn't like that either, so just be careful. Shannon, I'm letting you know right now, if it's up against your chest and a
I
bullet
was-
comes and hits your chest, you're gonna lose the friend either way.
Well, you know what?
I was gonna
Everybody
say, what are the
deserves
odds?
free ping
Wow.
every now and then.
Just saying. I'm
How you
just
could
saying, Shannon.
resurrect it, right?
Yeah.
Hoggy should
did
not
that go
resurrect a
wrong?
single fucking thing.
Zombie flying
Listen.
monkey.
Meat shield.
Okay, so actually you helped. So yeah, no. So no, yeah. So I haven't moved.
No.
And by the rules and dynamics of this game, at least in this turn, that bad thing cannot happen to that creature because this is a reward for a success.
It's true.
And if it does, you know where he lives. So, you know.
So
That's where he
close to where I
sleeps.
am right now. I could kill him and come back and you wouldn't even know I was gone.
Except the game would just
I'm s-
stop.
I mean, that's true.
Listen.
And we'd
Yeah.
see the
Like,
murder on camera.
Where'd he go? What?
Okay, so
Or
Robbie
kill him
has
quick.
DM'd Aether and Steamworks before.
Weird. Tyson
I
just
believe-
was really feeling unwell and needed Rob to just pick
Yeah.
up and kind of hope.
And
that
Rob,
he
we're all
knows
gonna
what's going
succeed
on.
all of our roles, right? Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, obviously. I picked the fucking cuddled
All right.
Mogwai bat.
It smacks into your chest, holds in there, and kind of buries itself in, looking for comfort and safety. You end up grabbing a hold of it.
That
I will
Mogwai's
kill
gonna get
for
killed
you.
so fast.
The other ones kind of
You're
fly
so
off.
soft.
I'm gonna get killed so immediately.
I'm gonna feed you after midnight and throw you an Anna!
2
Oh my
gunshots go off towards Ori. Ori, you are being attacked, so you reflexively try to do what now?
Oh, do I really want to make them kill each other? Probably not. Do I? Yeah, they just get this
there was the
crazy
cute
thought in their
little
head.
creature.
Their brain
Now
said
you have
any
to roll
movement, shoot them, and then they saw each other move, and they were like, "Oh, God,
And
movement," and
you're using of
fire at
me.
each other.
Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Of
I mean,
me
Steven,
allows you.
there's a lot of steam and debris, so maybe they said that and then they both sneeze at the same time and go ah, like that's not
Maybe.
your fault.
So you are enhancing a defense roll by +2 by doing this. That is what of me allows you to do reflexively. So give me a defense roll, add 2 to it, and you can do that for both of these shots. I'll be generous. And if you roll high enough,
Thank
maybe
you.
they just didn't fire at all. So you're trying to get them to turn on each other.
You guys, I have a whopping +1. It's gonna be fine.
+1, +2.
Also, Aldramec gave Ty a +1 to this roll too. So.
Ooh, you really
You
want to
didn't
see
need
me
to
shoot
remind
Ori.
him.
Wow. I got shot, guys.
So hold on. You only had
I
you
Shot
only
through
had the
the
first
heart.
one. The first one was without a negative, so that would have been 10. 11 plus 2 is 13. So you have a 13 on the first one. The second one is at -2 plus 2, so it's just even. So that one would be a 13. Would be a 14. So you have a 13 and a 14. Here comes the first shot.
do. They're steam too. They're very distracted.
10,
They can't
11,
see very well
12.
at all.
So
Come on,
you
hit it
got
back.
a 13 on the first one, but they are not nemesis level, so you win on that one. Second one,
Let's go.
they have a +4 to this. That is only
You suck.
that is only a 6. So both of them kind of like twists for a second, and their gunshots go awry into the sky.
Flail a little more.
Don't taunt the men with guns.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I can't help
They
myself.
only have a certain amount of bullets in there.
So, surrounded by threats, with friends in the distance, buildings crumbling and on fire, with a bunch of agents of the city trying to put these things out, with peacekeepers now at your throats, as well as mercenaries behind you. Our scene fades to black as we go to our break. It's a little bit late for it, but we're going to have it right now. We will return in 10 minutes. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Again, thanks for the raids. Thanks for the support. Thomason, thank you for all the crazy. Adrilmech, thank you for the +1. That was nice.
I have the perfect prop for my new friend.
There was a +1 on that. Alright, you did get shot. We'll show you how it happens when we return. So, thank you very much again. We'll be right back.
I'm looking in the audience.
This is it right here. Hello, everyone. We are back. We've returned. We're here. And we've got Winged Grogu,
Oh, no.
who's now the little creature that
So
Bungie
cute.
is currently
He's my
holding onto.
baby.
Your baby. Your
Your
baby.
This is
So-
the way.
So in
This
the
is the
last
baby.
moment, there was a
He's in
gunshot.
character too.
Gunshot that had rung out and that had unfortunately hit Ori right in the
I.
right leg.
Oh.
Bang! The bullet rips through the leg, causing 3 points of damage. You're lucky. It didn't do all that much, but it's enough.
Nelly, Furtado.
Why are you at 0 hit points there, Ori?
I don't know. That's how it was. We started last session.
You shouldn't have been at 0. You're at 10.
I know.
Actually, no, you were very injured because you were hit by the giant Torau. So you are.
I thought you were going to say giant
injured.
toe.
Yeah.
You had been on the ground because you had gotten gored. You had taken damage, and I don't think that put you at 0, but maybe it did. So I'm just gonna give you.
I don't remember that.
I'm going to give you 2 wounds, and that's all.
Oh, joy. That's all. Love that.
That's
Thank
all.
you so much.
Bullet rips through your leg, causing you
Yeah.
to collapse to the ground on one side because you got hit pretty hard. Ribort, we're gonna pop over to you, up on the rooftops, as the other friends are still making their way across the debris. They'll probably join you shortly. Ribort,
Wonderful.
you have launched your grapple into the ground between the two of them, but now obscured by strange flapping creatures, smoke, fire, and now gunfire on your friends that are kind of in a pincher attack situation. What do you do?
Yeah. So just to make sure I'm not luring my friends into basically a trap. If they got up on the roof with me, is there a way to get to safety on the rooftops, or where I'm at?
Give me an
bad
aware
spot?
roll, because you're pretty high up.
Thanks for the bits. What do they get for bits now?
Bits?
Also,
Bits
Hi,
are worth
Nerdling
an
Gaming.
ace. Hi, Nerdling Gaming. Who do you want to give your ace to? You can choose somebody to send it over to.
13.
13. With a 13, you look around as carefully as you can, and you see that there is another section of buildings off to your north that's a little bit lower. You could possibly move down to with them, and running across those, maybe make your way into the town square where you originally came from.
we are not
that
winning.
long ago.
Okay, then I will. I think it is time to get out of here. Maybe grab on, please, and wait for them to feel some grasps on the grappling hook,
All
so
right,
I can
so you
pull
wait.
them up.
You got the grappling hook down. You're holding onto it. You're waiting to try to pull them up. We
Yeah.
move to Bungie. Bungie, you're carrying that critter on your chest, and you see Ori get shot and collapse into the street.
It's fine. It's fine. Go on without me. I'll be fine.
Um,
Don't look at me like that. I'm joking. Get me out of here.
I was waiting for Bungie to be like, okay.
yeah, I was saying, I'm like, well, shit. Okay, if you insist. Can I take the bottom of the grappling hook and wrap it around Ori and then do the double tug and be
You can.
up?
You can.
Grogu, calm down.
You can attach the grappling hook to his belt.
There, that seems like minimal effort.
All right, give me an agile roll to see how quickly you do that.
Thank you. Thank you for making an effort. Yes, I appreciate you.
You're well.
You struggle with it a little bit, so you're going to be in harm's
You
way
can do
while you
it.
attach
Come on, come on.
it.
A little faster.
I am going to use my virtue,
Mhm.
which I'm too embarrassed to say what it is, but Ty, if you look at it, it actually does fit this fucking situation.
Yes, I suppose it does. I will give you a reroll.
Does Bungie actually have compassion?
That's better. So you attach
Ew,
the
no.
grapple to his belt, and then you tug it a couple of times. Ribort, you at the top now have the grapple attached to Ori, who is probably 3 times heavier than both you and Bungie.
I mean, I'm
Combined.
hopeful that Ori is just really light because he doesn't do physical activity, and Bungie I
You
know is
do it.
small.
I am
He's
Phoebe's little
wayfish.
friend.
He's very
So
wasted.
I'm gonna just pull with all my might. I'll try even like against a sturdy pearl building because I know that this building doesn't have pieces that could easily fall off.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
have
been
strong
established.
legs.
It's
And
true.
when I think of the character in our group who is most like a small Victorian child, I do think it's Ori.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're going to be making a
Yeah.
strong roll, and if you get a lower than a 6, you can't pull him up. If you get a 6 to a 9, he will take 3 rounds to pull up to the top by hand from you.
Nat 20.
If you get
Nat
a
20.
10 through a 15, it'll only take 1 round to get him to the top. And if you get higher than a 15, you'll pull him up in this round, but you will be exhausted after the fact.
Well, and I'm above him, so I'm climbed up first, right? And then I can help Ribort get Ori, because my name's fucking Bungie.
So you're gonna climb.
I can get up a rope.
You're gonna climb the rope first. So you attach it to his belt, and then you're gonna climb up.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not waiting for him.
Just
Minimal,
slackline.
minimal effort.
That will still put
Please
him in
go
harm's way.
faster.
It will increase the difficulty for you to pull him up to do it fast enough to not be in harm's way. But Bungie, give me an agile roll as you make your way up
But-
the.
Is there a negation factor that I will be helping him pull him up, though?
Well, yes, you'll get a chance to roll to assist.
Okay, well, you said it was making it harder. My whole thing was I was actually trying to make it easier.
But you're taking a longer period of time. As you climb up, you have to wait till you climb up to help him now pull up Ori instead of just trying to pull Ori up now.
Okay, well, I'm going to roll agile, and I'm also a circus performer
I know.
named Bungie. Okay, you know my act involves lots of ropes.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Okay.
Nat 20.
Let's go,
See?
Bungie!
Do you need a second creature friend?
So Bungie
Yes.
stands up on the rope and just runs up it to you before hopping off. So it didn't take you any time with that roll.
I don't
to
run
really
up
make
it. I fucking cartwheel up it in a weird horizontal way that no one knows how the hell it happened.
Exactly.
That's the
Unnatural.
Yeah,
Literally like
unnatural
the-
cartwheel
It's
up
like the
the rope.
music video where people are hopping between the
Okay, go. Yeah.
yes,
okay, go. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just like woo.
Yes, I okay go my ass up that rope
All
with
right.
my baby friend.
With your baby friend
Alright,
attached to your
alright.
chest. It's squeaking just lightly as it's afraid of what's happening. But you make it up to the rooftops very quickly, and now you can assist Ribort in his attempt to pull Ori up without having a deduction
You ready for the-
time.
The
So-
best -1 strong roll anyone's ever
Bungie,
made. All right.
Give me a strong, and you'll assist Ribort. We'll see
Let's
if you give him
go.
some bonuses.
My little
Whoa!
froggy friend.
Ooh, Ribort gets a 17!
That's actually better than I really ever would have expected.
And that's an 11. So she gives you a +1, and that makes it an 18. And the two of you together, arm over arm, suddenly Ori's like, ooh, and his like waist is like going up, and he's kind of V'ing
Never
slightly with his
going to
legs
try
in his
to
back.
save any of you.
And you see him like bang against the wall a few times on his way up. Give me a tough roll, Ori.
Ah,
Honestly,
what's your
since
height?
Ori's act goes wrong all the time, Ribwort and I are pretty used to just
so close
pulling
to
him out.
20.
I was
That's
gonna argue
true.
that like I work the top ropes. Like this is not completely out of my wheelhouse.
So
It was
you,
those ropes.
No,
you bounce Ori
You're
off the side of
underestimating
that.
the circus performer of it all, Ty.
You bounce Ori off the side of that wall a few times, pulling him up as quickly as you do, which causes some minor bruises, but he's able to be pulled up over the lip of the roof, over that
Fine.
little fence,
I'm fine.
and then poof, onto the ground. Teo, Aaron, Pyro, and Tagi, the four of you rush across the edge of the
Nerdly
rooftop where
Gaming
you're at,
agrees with me, by the
and
way.
you see all three of them now pulling Ori, or well, two of them pulling Ori over the fencing, and they're on the roof with you. So all of you have returned together into one space in a
Oh.
position that might be difficult for your opponents to follow. So, yeah.
So that was fun.
Home.
Great. So
Home.
yeah, home. Sounds good. Let's go. Yeah.
There are multiple groups of people with guns following us. So yes, let's go. I think
So it's a Tuesday?
usually the people with guns. Oh, yeah. Usually there's only
That's
one
more
people,
of a-
group of people with guns.
And it's
I
more
think
of a Friday thing.
Oh,
that
that's
is
true.
Friday,
Fridays are
Friday.
very rough.
We were doing a lot of talking and not a lot of going home.
Oh, we were all moving while saying
Everybody's
this, so I don't
moving
know why you.
across the
Fine,
rooftops.
never mind then. We are
Multitasking.
You head in the direction the report saw
Classic
before,
walking
heading
talk.
over towards the slightly lowered down roof of what looks like a mercantile building. You can see like sections of crates that have silk cloth and some other textiles on top of the roof kind of stored away. You have to jump down to it. The simplest way would just be to roll a tough roll as you just drop yourself 10 feet and try to be fine. Some of you are injured. That's the only reason I'm kind of requiring a roll for some of you.
Can I jump
didn't
down and help? Like, I'm tall. I assume I can
Yeah.
lower the amount people need to jump down.
Absolutely. So Teo, give me just a basic strong roll. You're tall enough you can actually put your arms on one side and like lower your feet and just drop like a foot. It's not a big deal for you. It is a little
14.
harder for like Pyro and Bungie and Orai, who currently has a leg that's seriously wounded, and Aran, who's got a serious burn across her chest and an arm injury.
I have no injuries. And
No.
my name is Bungie, and I fall for a living. Stop it!
I'm just saying it's something you
He's
have to
calling
make
you
a
short,
roll
I
for.
think.
That's all, because you're short. Yes. And you've got a creature that you're protecting.
No, he's just clamped on.
I would like to accidentally have one of these skeins of silk fall into my pocket.
Accidentally happens.
To
These are
slow
like-
down speed as I fall again, like I did the last time, and just
All right,
be
give me a
chill.
magical roll, Aran. Teo, give me a strong roll as you help the others down.
I already did. It's a 14.
14. Okay. Pyro, how do you attempt to get down? Orai, how do you attempt to get down? Because
I'm here to help if you need me.
For the record, Robert will go last, and like you have your hands up, and I use them to jump higher off and just land to be okay, because I could just
I
don't
assumed
have
you
to worry about
jumped and like
falling.
double high fived me and then left.
Yeah, like use the double high five to get a little more height to fall from a little higher, because I could just do that.
Okay, all right. You're really the biggest issue here, Aran.
Wow.
You start to go off the edge, and even with your injuries, you pull yourself in, and you just slow down suddenly before you hit the roof and just land.
I'll basket carry Orai like the beautiful princess if he so
Thank
wishes.
you. How far are you from me?
Not very. I'm like 6 feet tall and it's a 10-foot drop.
Actually,
so like
you're
4
7
feet.
feet tall with like 3.5 feet, 4 feet arms. So
Yeah, so
Oh.
next to you,
just
basically.
grab him.
Are you ready? Here I
Yeah.
come.
All right, give me a
Roll
tough
off.
roll. As you're in pain,
I
as
just
you
feel
do
like
this.
Up
like
to fall
Pheasant
2.5
catching
feet.
Princess Buttercup in the end. Of
Yes,
Princess
very much
Bride.
so. Yes.
Yes.
That or Dirty Dancing.
Whoa, my die flew across
Ooh,
the
I
room.
could
that-
dirty
that was-
dance, dirty dance hole.
Both.
That would be
19.
fun.
Princess
All
right.
Yeah.
Buttercup and Pheasant dirty dancing.
So,
Are you ready?
Teo,
Yes.
you catch Orai, and you carry Orai
Oh.
down to the ground.
My savior.
Don't push it. I will drop you right now.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Okay, Bungie and
Please
Pyro,
don't do
give me an
that.
agile roll as the two of you jump down.
Okay.
I don't want to.
On principle, I feel like you're not acknowledging
well.
the circusness of my character,
You're a circus actor,
and
yes,
I knew I was gonna roll
but
low.
You do it with objects. There's things you like, ropes and swings and bungees. You don't just jump off of stuff.
Didn't matter a few minutes ago when I was utilizing a rope and you used the same freaking excuse.
No, you used that rope fine. I had a difficulty in mind for you, and it was not that high.
That's Random
So,
question. I see specifics in a Cirque a performer that only can be used while performing, but the last one says you gain the to a role made it perform your specific special act.
yes.
Technically, she's kind of performing her
Her
sexual
act is
just
not
not
to
under the big
fall
top.
off of things. It is to leap and
Thought I'd argue
swing
it.
and all those kinds of things. But
Arguably, jumping is not falling.
you're only going
But
10
it's-
feet. It's not that big a deal. Although, I mean, on
Oh,
principle.
and why even roll? I'm not even hurt.
Because it was
You
mostly
said
for the people
it's
who were
only
the
a
most
problem
injured and the
because-
tiniest
right.
individuals who had to make any kind of jump at all. With yours, you have succeeded, so did Pyro, at landing on the rooftop without injury. But there was a chance of injury. Tagi, you are also an injured individual, so you have to make a roll as you come down. Are you
It's a
accepting
roll.
Teo's assistance?
Yes.
Teo hasn't let go of Ori.
No, she's currently carrying
Well,
Ori. So Tagi, you're there by
guess
yourself
I'll,
with your
I'll
injury.
wait. Ow, my leg.
Have us both, couldn't you?
I could probably grab you both.
Just be cozy together.
Yeah,
should
I can grab
should
them
I
both.
jump down
I can grab
or
them
I'm gonna
both.
make you
Or-
give
or
me
should I
another
wait?
strong roll because now you're gonna have two
Come, doggy, come.
gentlemen.
One thing-
Yep.
I'm
So
sorry.
you like tuck Ori into
Can
one
I-
arm
can I
basically up
jump?
against your body, and then she reaches up and grabs your hand, Tagi, and pulls you forward, and then just carries both of these gentlemen.
Well, hello.
Hey.
Too
Thank
funny.
you,
You're like the
sis.
yin and I'm the yang.
And
mine.
Ribort, that puts a kink in your jumping, because now Teo's got both arms full.
Oh,
You
you
can
have
bounce
a
off my head
kink?
though.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just go off the head. I mean, okay, Tyson, what I really desperately want
Mhm.
is to be able to jump off the roof and grab onto one of these flying bat creatures and have them carry me for as far as they can.
You're gonna
That's what
leap
River
out. Well, they're on
wants.
the front side of the building. I mean, you could attempt to jump at one of them.
Oh, I don't know if one had flown towards where we were to get away from all the gunshots.
They're doing the
You
whole
could
like
some croaky
bird
sounds and
flying in random directions and heading up above the rooftops. It seems like the steam and the smoke has disoriented them. But you could try to leap at one. It's going to be a difficult jump, but you could potentially grab hold
Great.
of one.
I-
All right.
Wow, I'm not scared of a difficult
So,
jump. You
Ribort
can't threaten
runs-
me with a good time.
Runs a little bit to your right towards the edge as he spots one of the creatures that Bungie's holding fluttering on its own, and he leaps as far as he can. Give me a agile roll as you make that jump and you attempt to try to
course.
grab hold of one of these bat-like creatures. 17. It rolls, of course, not to be grabbed by some weirdo who is launching itself at the air like a predator.
Does it have to roll perception first to see if it notices the
I
front
would
Yes,
say
creature
have a
that's
perception.
jumping
true.
at
It's
it?
in the
I would
sky
say.
already. I did roll. I'm going to say that's its perception. It is aware of you, and now it will roll agile to try to get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
It did not make it out of the way. So you leap through the air, the thing like turns and squeaks at you, and then you grab hold of its furry little body, and then it's like, and it's like flapping as hard as it can. So this has a -3 strength. We're going to see how well it can hold you up. 17.
I'm very light.
Riport's light enough. This thing's trying to get away. You're holding on to it, and it just starts weaving back and forth through the
I'm like
air.
under 3 foot tall frog person. I'm not heavy.
It's
would also
shaking.
like
It's
to-
twisting.
I would like to amend how I'm holding both Ori and Tagi. I would like to think that it's like when you have two infants and you put like one on the back and then you hold one on the front. And I think that's how Tagi is like holding onto my
Just
back
like-
and I'm holding onto Ori in the front. And that's how I'm walking around town for the rest of this.
They're holding each other's arms over your
Oh yeah,
shoulder.
of course. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cute. Yeah.
I will
If there was
say,
a mercantile, you could grab one of those like front
Baby Bjorn.
baby sling
Adult
things.
Baby
yeah,
Bjorn.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
I will say, if I can, I will also like try and pass this thing like pieces of little candy that like were not like chemically pure enough to be mechanically useful, but are just tasty as like
So-
treats.
Are you going to try to do that
Rewarding
with
it?
your feet, or are you going to let go with one hand to grab in your satchel?
If it's hard candy, arguably your sticky feet, it would probably be fun.
Yeah, I feel like using my feet.
I'm gonna say,
if I,
as we
worst
have
case
not-
scenario, I drop the candy.
We have not solidified that your character is equally dexterous with his feet as he is with his
Oh,
hands.
I'm not.
We're going to have you roll agile and see if you're able to get
Yeah.
some candy from your bag and feed it to this creature that is desperately trying to escape you. That is a 9. Give me a high or low.
Hi, I'm up high.
Okay.
That's high.
All right, so you grab some candy with your foot and you pull it out, and your bag opens, and you dump some of the contents, and the candy like spins with it. So you have lost D4 of your alchemy satchel charges. Give me a roll.
Joke's on you. I'm out. I'm set on charges right now.
So there's like
You
nothing left
can't
in
threaten
there.
me.
So you search, you try to grab it, and there's just nothing in there anyway. You seem to have used
Yeah,
everything.
gotcha.
You like stick your foot in the
Oh,
bag,
no.
and you're like searching with your toes, and all you're finding is like lint, a little bit
Yeah.
of dust.
You're
So you didn't
probably
find any. But the creature
That's
continues moving away and trying to fly on its own and trying to get whatever this sticky creature is off of its back. Give me another agile roll as it continues. The longer you
Great.
do this, the more exhausted the creature will get. Although it just got a 20. So
Incredible.
you fly for roughly 8 seconds before this thing
Hell
twists
yes.
once and your hands slip on its damp fur and you find yourself falling through the air as it just like shudders and twists and kind of flies off in a shaky manner.
That's a
I mean-
record for Ribbert, isn't it?
Yeah.
It beat my 3 seconds of flight with my own machine.
And then you find yourself falling, and then there's a splash as he lands in the fountain in the town square.
And I'll just like start like, I'll never forget you.
We see all of you move to the edge of the building and jump down into the town square. The city folk, there's a lot of them gathered on either side of the square. They're
You say the titty folk?
city folk.
That's what I,
I heard
heard
titty.
too.
Did anyone else say? Oh, thank God! I was
Yeah.
like, it was very clear. It said
Titty
he
folk.
like
It
it
said
said
titty
titty folk.
The titty
Oh.
folk is Aaron, okay? Come
Oh,
on. That's
God.
the titty folk.
Oh,
here.
right. That's
So all the titty folk are standing around the square. Many of them are obviously covered in char and are very disheveled, and their clothing is in disarray. Some of them are crying. Some
Why
of
they're
them are
the
like
titty folk.
hugging their friends. Some of them are yelling at people. They're trying to figure out what to do. So there's a bunch of what are now poor city refugees all over the place here, kind of milling about. In that large crowd, you feel like maybe you could get yourselves lost, although you're a very visually spectacular group of individuals, an unordinary group of individuals, as it were. You've got Teo literally carrying 2 people. You've got
Two
someone
grown
with
men.
hair that's on fire, walking around
Hi.
behind a very
Hi.
glittery and sparkly and
Sorry about your
shiny,
house. Hey.
luminous individual. So you're not that far from the Cirque at this point. But do you try to just walk back, or are you going to try to hide some of yourselves even a little bit?
I would like to make a point that
Walk.
the fire one, my brother and Aaron still have their corpse of clothing.
They do.
Their
They're
carcass
covered.
of clothing.
They're covered in their carcass
Carcass.
of clothing.
Can I use my in the mirror ability to disguise everyone for a little while?
You want to hit everybody with it? Because currently it only targets one person. That would be 2 applications of chaos to get everybody in your party except for Ribort.
Why the fuck not? I haven't used much of my
We're gonna be turned
All
into.
right, so you're going to have
stuffed
your
animals.
Let's go.
appearances changed by Tagi all at once. This
We're-
is targeting everyone.
I'm a goblin, so I'm not noticeable anyway. With the servant stealth of it all.
we're I mean, you know, we're not really hiding
Don't
the
change
magic
my
existence
perfect
anymore.
looks.
Well, do you
Okay, so
wanna
yeah,
do you
everyone
wanna
except
lead
for
people
Bungie
to
and
the
Ribord.
tent? Do you want to lead people to the fucking carnival? Let me do my
It's a
thing.
circus. We don't have rides.
Fine, circus, whatever.
I don't like a throw
I
Walk before no
mean-
drink to do.
ride.
So maybe we should.
Maybe we should.
Sort of magical. I need to pass a
To be
10.
magical, you got to get higher than a 10. The higher you are,
okay.
the
I
more
swear to God, if
successful
you
this
turn
changes
into
you.
stuffed animals, Teo will know no higher reach.
That is
okay,
an
good.
18. Well, that's a 17 because of the negative 1. Actually, no, that's perfect. It worked right this time for some weird reason, but whatever. So, Tagi, how do you alter their features? Is this like Spaceballs when the stunt doubles get caught? Is that what we're talking here, or are you like doing something a little more serious?
Wait, what was the scene with the Spaceballs? I
You
forgot.
never saw that?
The stunt
Oh no, I
doubles.
saw Spaceballs. I love
Yeah.
it. I just don't remember
So
this.
when
Been a while.
when they were chasing down the character Lone Star and Barf, and they caught him, and they turned around and they all had like the wrong
right.
faces, and the princess had like a cigar and was a guy. And,
Yes, I do remember
yeah.
that. I mean, I was just gonna say, since why don't I disguise all us to just generic-looking townspeople that we saw in the fucking circus?
Okay,
The audience members.
Give me an aware roll and to see how well you remember faces, and then we'll do that.
I'll look at the places that we passed, just generic people in the city.
Yeah. Give me an aware roll, please.
It's gonna be like AI art, like.
Exactly.
Our hands are wrong and our
Excellent.
faces
Doggy
slightly
is-
smudged.
I got
very
good memory. My whole thing is to look at people and get their deal.
Yep. So you
I'm an
remember some
amateur
faces,
here.
and you change everyone to look like just ordinary people.
Shouldn't we be like little babies or something? Since she's
If I'm carrying
us?
you, y'all should be infants.
No.
Really?
He can only change. Right now, he only changes your general
Appearance.
features and appearance, but not your entire. He's not polymorphing your sizes or anything like that.
I'll change the ones that Teo is carrying, including me, into people with like scorch marks, just to make it look like Teo is just rescuing people from the fire, and everyone else just like normal everyday people we saw in the carnival. We saw in the fighting ring actually.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Including Bungie and Pyro.
That question makes me want to say no.
That's honestly kind of valid.
Started this planning on doing it, and I feel like that would be metagaming. So I'm just gonna say, well, I actually don't know Pyro, and I'm a little scared of Pyro because of the whole fire thing.
Well, there may or may not be people looking for me, so
fine, I'll do you too because I'm nice. But if you turn out to be part of that, if you're one of the minions of the asshole, I'm killing you first if I can.
I don't think you should call people minions of assholes.
Minions.
Well,
of
I don't
an
know.
asshole.
He just appeared very conveniently right after we were in the fire realm thing,
That is a
where
valid
there are
point.
not nice ancestor spirits
What?
exist.
just because my hair's on fire, you're gonna like make assumptions that I'm like some eternal asshole.
Yes.
I never used the word eternal, but also yes,
You used the word
because
asshole,
you
though.
also appeared very out of nowhere right after we came from there, and them Eternals work in mysterious, creepy fucking ways. So yeah, but the dice say I need to believe you, so I guess I'll believe you.
Innocent.
So
Basically, wait, we never got to finish our conversation. So I like just walk up to Pyro.
So yeah,
fully
we're
thinking
all disguised now.
that Pyro is the
Ripper
person
like
that-
comes out of the fountain and just
Yeah.
walks over in his direction.
Yeah.
We're
Takes off
walking
some
and
water
talking.
from his foot. Yeah.
Oh no,
We're-
keeping it
licks
on.
his
Keeping it
eyeball.
comfortable.
But you,
I'll
need
make-
it. You need it. It's quite dry down here right now.
Yeah, I just
I'll
was
make-
Walking and talking, though. We're walking and talking, please. I want to go home.
Let's
I'll make
We're
Pyro's
looking,
hair
we're not
look like
stopping,
water,
We're walking.
like wet
Tuggy,
hair.
if my face does not go back to the way it is normally, as perfect and beautiful as it can possibly be, I am going to kill you.
Oh no!
Just saying.
Don't worry. It will turn back to the thing. Like the improvements usually don't last forever. So
Also,
They
you
don't-
want to die.
They don't usually last forever.
I like the
I mean,
fact he called it
that
an
was not the point.
improvement to
He called it
Bungie.
improvement.
He
Yes,
called it
and
an
you cut me off,
good.
kind of
Tyson.
low key
Sorry.
insult, but I'm usually not good at it. So I was.
Yeah, no,
I
I,
might
had
not
to
even
come
have
back,
to-
but it's fine.
I
I'm
might not
sorry.
have to kill my brother. Bungie might do it for me.
Why would you kill your brother?
No.
Your brother is.
Oh, I
always
wonder why
there.
I'd kill my brother. Fucking lying piece of shit.
Oh, maybe there was reasons for it, and also lying is a very strong word. Once again, it was actually just
Also, if
a
you
minute
didn't
of
want him
truth.
to practice or if you didn't want to practice cognitive dissonance around everything and deny reality, he wouldn't have had to lie to you for so long, would he? Sorry, I'm pissed off and I'm walking away now.
So my fireworks
I don't
friend.
want to be in the middle of this.
Oh,
It's too
actually,
bad
I
I'm
think I
burying you,
accidentally
bitch.
cast the
Bungie.
wrong thing on you, and
Friends
it's
already have-
permanent.
Bungie,
To
at
the
this
circus.
moment, can you please roll a goblin impulse?
Oh no.
Yes.
I was waiting.
Do you need me
I
to
knew
send
it
Where
was
it?
is
coming.
it?
I'll send it to
People
you.
I know
staring
I've
at
been
us.
trying to. What? Oh, thank you.
I will send it your
They
way.
came from behind.
There's goblin impulses. Did you get it?
Yes.
There you go.
Boop.
5. Skipper turns mauve and begins whining and crying about how bored they are and how dumb they find everything else until someone entertains them enough, and you gain extra charming after this. So,
This is the stupidest thing I've ever done. Every single one of you is stupid, and I'm bored with every single one of you, and I don't want to be here anymore. And all we're doing is walking around back and forth, and I look weird and ugly, and I look like, look at this, my skin is pink. It's pink. Do you see how pink it is?
You're making yourself very obvious. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
That is not entertaining.
Tweedledee.
Entertaining. This is
I
fun.
need to be entertained.
We will entertain you the minute we get back. Let's stop screaming and just walk back home for the love of God.
Just
I'm
get
just
look
at
at
the
the
mirror.
mirror.
It is entertaining right now.
Look at you.
Bungie begins stomping her feet on the
I didn't
ground.
know your
And
Bunchy, I
I
didn't
know
know
him.
your act was being a clown.
Don't you talk, you
That's
weird
awesome.
looking freak! I'm gonna
So I know I'm already carrying 2 adult men, but this is a toddler throwing a temper tantrum. Can I grab an ankle and just drag along with us?
I bite.
Bungie, give me an agile roll.
Do it.
Teo, same for you.
Can I
I did-
not do agile and do strong instead?
Nope, you're trying to
Can
grab
I-
a hold of Bungie.
I didn't know
I'm
Bunchy
wiggly.
had a
Oh,
clown
but not
act.
that wiggly.
Just slightly better.
Just slightly.
7.
Oh my lord.
Why do you have +4 at this point? You realize at this point, you're
Oh, my wounds, yes. So,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You actually gained 2 additional
Yeah.
distractions. So your roll would have been a -6 to that. So that puts that at you're at a -4.
but a
so,
+1. I have a
Protect me.
+1 because
Oh,
it's
so
negative.
you're a -3.
Yeah, easy.
So you try to
Bungie?
grab, but you really can't. Bungie very
All right, well
easily
then
gets
cool.
out of your way.
I kick her.
Walking
I kick her in
away
the
and
shin.
leaving Bungie in the middle of the road.
Bungie, this entertaining clown act is so much better than your the boring trapeze act. You
isn't-
should definitely
I
keep doing
am
this.
in Goblin
so fun.
Impulse. I'm not myself. I need to be entertained. I'm sorry.
Yes, you're
Name your new
entertaining.
friend.
That's what I was saying. You're
Name your
entertaining. Very
pet.
entertaining.
On your
Look at it.
chest, Bungie.
So cute.
On your chest, the little
Scratch
creature
it.
gets agitated by what's happening, and it begins doing something that's a mix between a chirp and a purr.
Oh, thank God.
As Bungie grabs hold of it and starts squeezing it in there, it just goes.
Aw, the act is over. Aw.
You're just the only thing
Jail.
that makes any sense in this stupid world full of stupid people.
It's-
Yes, you are.
Giant eyes look up at you, and it just kind of pushes its head into your chest again.
Please get us the fuck
I
out
am
of
going
here.
to sit
I'm
crisscross
trying.
applesauce,
Lord,
and
I'm
I
trying.
think
You're the only one I like.
that this is obviously so. We worked together for a very long time, so people that this is a thing. This is a thing. Ribwort. I think you have a thing where I'm gonna say crisscross applesauce, and then you just grab me, and then we go. I don't resist. I don't think you can. You're the only person that's not either being carried or has no limbs right now. So I'm leaning on you.
Sounds good to me.
So Bungie
Yeah.
just
Oh.
hugs this creature crisscross on the ground, and you just grab her with both hands and pick her up and just back towards the
I was like,
circus.
oh, at least you did not turn red.
Yeah, that one's worse.
Everybody shunts their way through the crowds, through the circus that exists outside the circus of all of these humans in desperation and make your way back into the circus. As you come inside, you see
Maybe
that some
odds be ever in
parts
your
of the
favor.
circus have taken in refugees from the fires, and they're
Oh,
being
good.
offered confections and things like that to provide them some sort of sustenance, and their blankets going around and things like that. You can see Alan off to the side, like calculating and watching some of the individuals as they pass and trying to make sure he keeps track of the circus's resources. And you can see Lorne Laurent, the ringmaster, standing in amidst a large crowd of it looks like peacekeepers, trying to speaking with them about how the circus can help. When he looks over and sees you strange individuals walking inside, and you see his like eyes squint for a second, and then he goes back to speaking with the soldiers. You're fairly certain he's marked you, but you make your way into the back and head towards your rooms and to the combined common space that all of you actors and performers rest in. What happens now as everybody's faces just back to normal?
Thank goodness. None of you are really that bad. I appreciate working with you, and your hat looks very nice today, Toggy. So much less gross than normal.
This is very kind of you to say.
I think I will have, once we have made it through like the threshold, I have dumped quite literally my brother off my back, gently placed Ori in a chair, and just walked to my room.
You take about 4 steps and your legs like wobble underneath you for a second, and you have to like put your hand out to support yourself against one of the
my 4 wounds? What about it?
Yes, and then you
What about my 4 wounds?
I'll try to help my sister, even though I'm not really strong.
you kind of get up and
grab food and drinks for everybody.
Okay, so you head out to grab food and drinks. Your own injuries causing you a bit of wincing and pain, but it's just a mortal shell. It doesn't really,
It's fine.
it's just irritating more than anything else. Tagi, you limp your way over to her room, and you can see that Teo has been hiding the fact that she's actually rather severely wounded. And as she like goes to lay down and strips off some of the clothes, the stuff that she has on, you can see bruises, you can see cuts, you can see blood, you can see a mass contusion on the side of her head, and she just kind of hits the bed so hard that it just dust comes up, and she doesn't seem to be waking up anymore as you walk into the room.
Immediately try to heal her with I do have a healing spell thing, right?
Do you?
Look into my eyes. Was that a healing thing? Yeah.
There is some additional healing that it can do. A small amount of healing, 1 application to the target's regen for health only. So, when you have that many wounds, regen doesn't trigger. You have to actually cure the wounds first by doing actual medical treatment or using real healing, or not magical healing that's more in depth than look into my eyes. You can only do that if someone doesn't have wounds. She needs medical aid.
Since I have been someone who's done a lot of reading of random topics, do I know how to potentially give some little bit of medical aid to someone?
Give me brains. Give me a brains roll.
I have that.
Ribort,
I have a brain.
You have some general knowledge of medicinal treatments.
I have a brain, yeah.
So, you go to get the first aid kit and see what you can do.
Yes, I guess. And also, do I know anyone here who also knows any kind of healing or medical aid?
Ribort
I thought we had like a medic, right? There's not just us in the circus.
You generally receive medical aid from Ribort at the circus.
Well, I don't, because I'm perfect and don't get hurt.
You never get hurt.
Ribort!
What?
Can you come here, please?
As you were about to have a conversation with Pyro, you're like,
oh yeah.
I would also be remiss in saying that also Aaron, who looks very lovely today, by the way, here's a shawl to cover up your poor burdened chest, also seems to have some grievous injuries.
wasn't using this arm or leg or stomach.
Chest.
I
Yeah.
wasn't
Oh, but you will
gonna-
need to
I
use that
wasn't
Abdomen.
using
tomorrow,
it.
I believe. I think you will need some tomorrow, so.
Some balm, maybe?
So, Tyson,
And
Rob, know that I'm not powerful enough to help with wounds.
You
So
have to
I think
use-
Report would just be like, well, I can give you things that will make you feel a little nicer, but I think we need a lot of rest and relaxation.
So
Stay out of, yes.
So medicine wise, if you can provide medicinal aid, people can regain wounds over time of rest. Yes. So you have to do some. You do have a couple of trauma kits here at the circus that you have had to use on occasion. So if you get a good roll, they can remove 1 wound per day of rest.
Great.
Day?
Per day.
Yes.
All
Fuck,
right.
man! I'm screaming.
You've almost always had
Is-
someone who was a high enough
And
level
we have
to
a
do
show this
magical healing.
afternoon.
You don't
No,
have
but
that.
Is there any
fucking
possibility
wrecked.
that alchemy can speed that process up even a
Well,
little?
with just a little bit of chaos and some candies, I'm sure you might be able to make something work.
Hey, does our fire friend know how to heal anyone?
Can I find any ghosts that have help that could help us with my
You
ghost
Possibly.
fucking
hunter
touch me
thing?
with your
Possibly.
fucking ghosts.
You're asleep. You're
Fucking
asleep.
touch me with your
Go back to
fucking
sleep.
Wakes up for 2
Go back to
seconds
sleep.
just to touch me with your fucking
Don't
ghost.
touch me with your fucking ghost should be on a shirt too.
Is there
Oh,
any
man.
New
like,
merch.
Eternals that I can see that could help us? Maybe.
So you go to Ribort and immediately look for Eternals. Is that what I'm understanding?
I mean, I asked Rivert's help with Teo and say Teo's very hurt, but I'm also like, okay, maybe some real oomphy magic could help.
All right,
And
well-
Well, that is
Eternals-
very true. 4 days of rest would probably everything would be fine. Now one might argue that really big magic is the reason that this has happened. But it could be the reason it unhappens. It's very true.
I mean, I'm just looking around if there's one. I mean, I'm not gonna seek out just yet.
Yeah.
So
Give me a magical
Oh,
roll to see if
gosh.
you see anybody around.
there's a lot of shit happening around us. So
I would
you know,
also
there's
like to
Excellent.
point out Nicholas was very sweet and raised his hand, forgetting that we're all degenerates and we'll talk
gotta
over
get
each
it out
other.
there.
So I wanted to
I
just
know.
give Nicholas the space.
Okay.
Jump in.
Well, I actually just wanted to know if Ikata's had any sort of abilities. I know I can like kind of talk to Eternals and do stuff.
You can. Your adherent at higher levels, there are abilities that can give you healing capabilities with that. You don't have one
Oh.
yet, though.
Right.
So,
Healing
the
is just mind over matter,
healing
right?
Thing, isn't that like level 1?
the healing thing? No.
The healing lick.
Oh yeah, kiss
Healing
it, make it
Lick's
better, or
level
whatever
3.
it's called.
Is it better?
Kiss it better.
Oh.
Yeah, it's level 3.
Nova was an Akata, Nicholas, so
Oh.
I adore that. Or Nova.
So Tagi,
No.
Fate Broken didn't know it.
you're standing there, and Ora is laying upon a divan nearby with his leg held up, injured, obviously, but
I
not
can
currently...
see through my leg. Do you see?
oh wow.
And standing over him, just kind of staring at the carnage, is Quizzic.
Hello.
You can't see him, Ori, but
Oh,
Is Quizzic the thing I made to deal with?
yes.
Oh, sup, buddy?
He
The
turns to
one
look
who-
at you. So this is what you do with your spare time, huh?
Like, what does this entail? You mean the circus?
Oh yes, your performers. I should have seen it before. The way that you move, the way that you talk, the way that you act. You're all clowns. I should have seen it before.
I mean, you're the funniest looking person here. I thought you were a clown, to be honest.
it's not very nice.
Jokes. But you seem to have a need. What is this need now?
Can you heal people?
Heal people. Return them to
No, you know this.
their... Can I heal? Yes. Yeah, the answer is yes. The question is, what will you trade me for it? I do nothing without a bargain.
Yeah. By the way, again, I don't remember the bargain we did before. It was like way long ago.
I'm sorry, you cannot
What
get
kind of a
yourself
bargain would you
out
offer
of
for
the
something like this?
Oh, what do you seek now? There is an object of power nearby. When you collect those goods for me and return them to my collection, I wish you to take this as well. It exists in the bottom of a nearby well. That's all I want.
Wait, the well I inspected?
Inspect it.
You guys, Talkie's really freaking me out right now.
You're
Or
supposed to
he's
be
either having those
inspecting.
psychotic episodes that he has, or he's talking
I
to ghosts
inspected a
again.
well.
No, you're going to inspect
No,
the well.
We
you
haven't
haven't
done
done
it
it
yet.
yet. It's this morning. In like
Yeah,
an
we haven't
hour,
done it
you're
yet.
supposed to meet with the
Oh.
soldier.
So, you're being too weird and cryptic and creepy, and
I think he's talking to himself now.
I'm just gonna
And
focus on mind magic and tell my body to heal.
I think I'm gonna try to do natural means for now,
Natural
and
means.
see what that takes us. I know, so funny. Don't want to make a costume bargain. It's so weird,
It's
right?
all
Oh my
right.
god.
You don't need to make a bargain with me. It's only a matter of time before. Oh, you might have alerted the authorities. Oh no, that is such a shame that they might have to come to the circus. You know, if you need a bargain later, you'll know where to find me.
We were disguised. What do you mean authority? Are you gonna snitch? Are you a snitch too? Besides being a
And
fucking eternal, that's really
He
fucking
just
weird,
like
man.
grins at you, and then he walks through the wall to leave.
Well, I mean,
Eternal.
that's not you. Just make me want to not make deals with you. I don't make deals with snitches.
Tuggy, no, I do not know magic as well as you. You know that there are thoughts that can be inside thoughts. We
Oh,
Yeah.
hi! You guys were hearing that?
Yes, we were here the whole time.
So, yeah.
Pyro, you were witnessing the whole thing, by the way. You saw a strange
Yeah,
creature.
Ghost. I'm a ghost talker.
What? Did I see him seeing it?
You saw him
Y-
staring
yeah.
at Quizzic the whole time.
Holy shit!
Pyro, like-
I knew it! I knew
Pyro
it! You're
just,
from
like-
that realm!
You see
You
Pyro's
lied!
flames kind of go crazy, and he's like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
You're not a Baji! Oh, you can lie! Holy shit! Wait a minute. So what are you? Wait.
Listen, I just got out of a goblin impulse, so I'm being very friendly right now. But please do not point at him and tell him he can lie. I'm very upset by that.
Yeah,
As a fellow
I-
goblin, it's
I
rude.
don't lie at all.
Still, your hat's nice, sort
It's
of.
oh, thank you. But I'm gonna deal with you later. I
What
think,
do you
even
mean?
though
This
if
is
you're
my very good friend. I met them
Deal?
in
your
a
very
round
good
of
friend is a
fire.
fucking spirit or an eternal or whatever.
He's also my very good friend because Baji is Baji. So can you stop being weird?
I do not.
I could put my finger through my leg.
Is being an encounter a bad
Stop
thing?
fingering
I
the
am
whole
gonna go
I have a
tend to
conversation.
my sister who saved all of us and is not going to be dying right now. So Fuck
She
y'all.
did not save me
Good
at
luck.
all. It had nothing to do with the fact that I am completely unscathed. So when you're making quantitative statements that include a whole group of people, could you not?
I love your. I'm glad you're keeping the clown act. That's awesome. All right.
Why do people
hey.
keep saying clown like it's a bad thing? It's a noble profession.
We all work for a
okay,
circus.
great.
I would think that. I do not understand.
Some of my
this
best
one.
friends are clowns. Yeah.
Oh, Gerald!
hey,
you
I
have
love
friends?
Gerald.
Ribert,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
people are
Hands out.
still. I think people are still bleeding out around you, and you're probably the only one that can stop that.
Oh.
At this point, I've grabbed a cloth and made a tourniquet.
I
Yes,
Give
can
me a
I will-
brains
cauterize it
roll,
for
Ori.
you.
Give me a brains roll, Ori.
I will also like see to the injured people with tourniquets so they can.
I'm
take
healed.
days of
Nat
rest.
20. No, you make a perfect tourniquet. It will assist your leg healing. You'll still take some time to do it. But Ribort, you don't need to. You look over and you notice that Ori has done an excellent job.
Oh, you have been
I'm
paying
good.
attention.
I learned from the
Ooh.
best.
Ah,
That
I
is
know.
some quality
Very
rapping,
proud.
Lori. Good
It
job.
is. Oh,
Thank
you see, like Robert actually like pauses from it, like, have I been a teacher?
Look, my puddle isn't growing anymore. You're a teacher.
That I refuse to analyze that right now. Just go to work.
All right, so you first bring your medical kit over to Teo. Give me a magic or a brains roll, so we'll see how capable you are of aiding
Please don't
in
fuck
the
me.
injury.
Robert!
Critical failure.
17.
Hey, thank
Okay.
God.
With a 17, you're
And
able
There's always a
to.
17.
Can I
You are
help at all with my knowledge that I did the brains roll before? Does it help at all here?
You will have to make a new brains roll to support and assist. So you move in when Ribert's working on Teo and trying to bandage up and salve and provide pain medications and things like that.
I'm gonna go
Tagi-
bandage Aaron while I'm still nice.
Okay.
While you still care.
So Tagi, you get.
Well, I
grant
care,
a-
but I hate her because she's perfect and pretty and probably prettier and perfecter than me, and I don't like that.
Exactly. We're pretty rivals.
We're
Yeah.
frenemies. But right
Exactly.
now, I'm super charming and charismatic because I just came out of my hissy fit, so I'm gonna be nice.
And I'll
You
probably
just
give you
on
my
it?
silk. So, you know.
Yes.
Aw, you're accidentally ended up in your pocket.
Exactly. It fell in there. I don't know.
Weird.
Tagi and Ribort's
Really take that care.
administrations of medical assistance have removed one wound from Teo, and
Hey.
you are on the mend now. So every day of rest you get, you will remove another wound.
Day.
Y'all,
I'm fucked. I have a -7 to defense rolls currently in my physical state.
Oh my.
Your tank is hurt.
Incredible.
and then
How about my limit?
Bungie-
Can I fix that?
your limit will be back after you rest one day. Yes.
Thank God.
I want to use one mode of chaos to change a little bit my comforting night spell.
Mm-hmm.
That has the calmingness
Yeah.
to heal a little bit. So it's like a little bit of morphine and a little bit of stitching, you know?
Okay. So you're
A
tapping
little
into
bit of
that.
morphine
Give me,
in my life.
using
this
one
sounds
or two applications of
perfect.
chaos.
Well, I was thinking because it's like a 6-foot radius, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I use one, would it be like on a single person, like heal, calm? But if I use two, would it be the same radius but the heal, calm?
You could try to make it
What do we-
stronger as a single target. So the one application changes it from calming to healing. 2 applications will make it stronger. 3 applications will make it a legitimate healing spell.
I am going to do 2 applications and focus it on Erin because she's the prettiest one here, but she is not getting any attention. And that is fundamentally just an absolute travesty of everything that I hold dear as a Skiffa Goblin.
Okay.
So,
As an aesthetic.
right. No,
All right.
and in this right now, I'm able to have empathy. And
The
as
cosmic injustice.
it is, and as the a beautiful person myself who should be getting all the attention, I just can't. I can't.
So give me a magical roll and get higher than a natural 10 to enhance your spell.
Hope I don't turn your titties into teddy bears.
I mean, you know,
It's kind of fun, actually.
that could make a good costume next time. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just wear
And a
teddy bears.
hashtag titties into
It's
teddy
a very,
bears.
like,
Teddy bears.
Katy Perry situation if you put teddy bears right over your titties.
I was gonna go
It's
for more
fun.
Lady Gaga, but
Oh, that too.
That
Oh,
is
no.
Porque no los
chaos.
dos?
That's okay.
Oh, that was
Oh.
almost a
Oh,
crit fail.
that was
You
so-
wanted that one so bad.
All
Almost.
right. So, Aaron,
So that was 2. So that's 10. So that's still good.
you heal one of your wounds as well, and give me a D6 health restore as well, Bungie. Let's roll a D6 for me. D6, yeah. 5. Aaron, you're feeling a bit better, a little less weathered breathing or labored breathing happening. The injuries are still there, but they are significantly reduced.
Thank
And
you. Here's some popcorn and also some fabric.
Thank you. You know, I really want to tell you that deep down inside, I actually really.
Are you
Ew.
okay?
Why are you so close to me?
I don't like this. Excuse me. I'm walking away.
And Bungie like turns and leaves.
With the
We're
popcorn
so
and the fabric, I'm
With
sure.
With the popcorn and the fabric, obviously.
Wait a minute. Which one's the true you? If Budgies can't lie, which one's the Never
She's
mind.
not lying.
I
She's
just-
omitting things.
You can taste
sometimes.
multitude.
You can choose
Fine,
not
but she
to talk.
constantly says she hates us, so you know.
I didn't say hated you.
No.
She said we're
Why are we
dumb.
poking
She's
the bear?
insinuated
Which is-
how bad you are sometimes.
And that
With
you're boring.
specifics
hmm
and boring. I mean,
I
these
would
are all
like to
true
say
things she
Teo is
feels.
probably very not boring. She can take a punch to the face real good.
That is subjective as to whether or not that is
Pretty
an
sure
interesting
it-
trait.
To be fair, though, if you saw someone fully, like, just take a punch to the face and not have any reaction, I think everyone would be like, that's kind of cool.
Shannon is impressed by almost everything. Bungie is impressed
By
by
very
almost
little.
nothing.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you make your way back to your room. Is that where you're going after the fact? Bungie.
Me?
Bungie, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I just thought I was out. Yes, I'm going back to my room with my new snuggle buddy, my popcorn, and my tastefully picked out silk.
Of course. And the little creature, like, as you're holding the popcorn and holding it, kind of moves its head over and it just starts eating popcorn.
One for
Pyro,
me, one for
you're
you.
you're in the backstage area, backstage area of this performing group's circus. There's large curtains around you. There's a bunch of chairs situated places. There's mirrors. There's makeup. There's various tools. There's a bunch of equipment that is used for various acts. And you're there with Ori at the moment. Ribort's working on Teo with Tagi. When an individual walks into the room with you,
Oh,
let's
no.
just. Do I have that one here or not? I don't have it as an image. So, individual is an older gentleman who's got kind of like a wide set smile, large nose, top hat that's tilted slightly askew, very bright and colorful. His suit is also colorful. He was out there speaking with the peacekeepers earlier, and you recognize him as some sort of authority figure who has walked in here. Looking over, Ori, you see Lorne, and he just looks at you and goes, "What did you do?
Me?
Both of you. And who are you?
Well, my name's Pyro.
Oh, and the city is on fire."
Pyro.
He just looks
Your
at
name is
Ori
Pyro?
I swear it wasn't me this time.
this time.
Look. All I wanted to do was help some children get a higher footing in life. That's all I wanted. And those little bastards led us into a arena to fight for our lives over against giant, terrifying monsters. And the fact the city burned down because we had to preserve our lives is not necessarily our fault, yes. You see? It's all a misunderstanding, of course.
We didn't
And
set
your name is
anything on
Pyro?
fire.
Well,
So,
I did. But, so.
were you seen by the authorities or just this criminal element?
So technically, there were some peacekeepers involved. However, there was steam and there was smoke, and it was very hard to see. And there were flying creatures all around us, obscuring sight. I'm sure they didn't see a thing. I'm
Also, a lot of the
Pretty-
ones that saw us
pretty
might
sure.
be dead
Yeah,
that
because
too.
of the fire.
there was a lot of fire. Not my fault.
I
It
will
wasn't.
start
They-
preparations for the end of our occupation here, and we'll prepare to move on to a new city soon. In the
Actually,
meantime-
Lauren, I think you're looking at this the wrong way. No publicity is bad publicity in show business, right? So, you're not looking at me with the smiling look that you usually look at me with.
No. She's got a point. You got a point, fam. Like,
That's right. Goblin. This
From
book.
my
Very
point
hot.
of view, We have
sorry.
arrived in this city. We've offended its ruler and made a spectacle
do
of
that.
him. We have
Pyro bursts
now
out, fuck the ruler.
burned down a rather large portion of the city.
That did happen.
Accidentally.
They did trap themselves too with lots of corridors to try to trap innocent people to fight for their lives. So they blocking themselves.
Oh yeah, they did throw them into like a gladiatorial death arena. So there was a lot of bad on.
I need a moment's
had my
rest.
hat.
I
The
wish
wealthy
all
people are
of you,
complete dicks.
all of you,
Ripper-
please,
Her ex was there.
please
Ripper
go.
like walks out like. Oh,
Sounds like.
Lord,
like
I'm
good
not sure why
intentions.
you set up these of our subcontract. They refused to pay us, and it became a whole issue. Also, the safety there was very subpar, and I do not think that they were. I think it might have been an illegal.
Yeah,
Venue?
very illegal. Very illegal.
I did not
I'm
say
please
that.
just
sure you
remember,
did not
Ripper.
know
all we
that
do is
when
help
you
the
said
children.
All
this
of
out.
you,
So
be
really, this is your
quiet,
fault, too.
please. I need you all to go get some rest. You're obviously very injured. Think
We
about
have to
what
go to
you
a
have
well.
done today and what it means for us. And we will have a conversation bright and early in the morning, hopefully without police present. All right?
Thank you, Circus
Are there
Daddy.
police
Good night,
here?
Sir,
Circus
I
Daddy.
need
I'm sorry,
to
Circus
be.
Daddy.
Yes, I have to go.
Actually, I need to inspect a well in the morning.
You need to inspect
Oh,
the
these
well
way.
in about 40 minutes.
Oh, well,
That
thank
was
you,
to
sir,
save
for
the
being
people.
my good timekeeper for reminding me this. Also, I need to talk to you about something, but we can talk later, I guess.
I need my Ollie back. I'm trying to call him.
You feel a response from him, and you get the image of a cage that he's like banging up against.
And the
I'm
rich
He's trying to
people,
get in.
assholes.
You see
I
that
have a
he's
little
got.
stop I have to make.
He sends you a visual image back of how irritated he is with this little collar that he seems to have on with a bunch of little jewels dangling from it. You can see the cage is like a silver and gold foil cage, very elaborate, that he's inside of. Someone
They took
seems
your
to have
weasel.
stolen your weasel as a pet.
Your weasel is stuck in a gilded cage.
Trying to tell him to teleport out. He's magic.
He can't teleport.
Why not? He's magic. We never discussed the limits of his magic abilities.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. I also seem to Steven spent much silver upon this weasel.
Yes, it's
Steven,
able
I just
to
want
talk
you to
and
know- when you
get him
communicate
back-
with him.
When you get him back, I'll have a jewel encrusted collar, which will probably be worth some money.
If you
Right
tell,
side.
if Ori tells Teo that only the crime weasel has been taken, that will be Teo's only mission for the next however long.
I'm just going to say this in a very friendly manner. I think we need to burn the rich district down next. Oh.
As
Yes!
Lorne stands
Okay.
there and
Let's
puts
do it.
his arms across his chest, looking at you. You
I
better
have-
not do that.
I have the utmost respect for you, but this moment I am getting my Ollie back. It's going to. I will do whatever.
Why did Ollie arrive in the district to begin with? What is he doing there?
Because the rich people were absolute assholes to us, and I wanted to know what they had planned. So I had him follow them.
You sent him on a
This is
spy
true.
mission.
Sir, I also
Of course I did.
have
That's what he lives for.
Oh, yes, Monsieur Lorne, we have we were subcontracted to look at the well by one
Yes.
of the guards. So it is
Yes, we have been hired by the guards and have their authority.
Who
Yes.
all
And
Also,
was
I have a
also-
theory.
subcontracted?
I also have a theory that the people in this town are being mind controlled by something, and this investigation is gonna reveal a lot. And I think the town will eventually be very grateful for us, sir. So I think this fire,
to the rich people.
this fire is actually just the initial
There's poetic justice in that.
burn that was needed for us to help this town rise like a phoenix from it, and become even better and not mind controlled. So, it's all a
Burning
part
the
of a
town
plan,
to the
sir.
ground on purpose?
No, it was not on purpose. Just
I did not do it on purpose.
although
You did.
that guy
did not do it at all.
comes from a
I
fire
actually
realm,
admitted
and I'm
that-
suspicious of that.
when we first started talking.
Yes,
so
but
it's
I
not my
couldn't
fault.
believe
You were
it
not
from
thinking.
you to begin with. Not that you.
Oh yeah, because
not
I'm so
tell-
known for my lies.
Well, that's not the reason why. I'm just surprised that you would be the one to actually cause all of this to begin with. What were you doing with that? I'm disappointed in you.
Actually,
It was
Sir,
not
sir.
on purpose. There was
Vinci
a
and I
bad roll.
were trying to. We were unaware of the contract.
There
and
was no
this freelance
contract
position.
report. I did not set any of this up.
Also, Lauren, are you looking at these elephants who are on an impromptu parade?
Those are being used outside to keep all of the individuals satisfied with this moment. As he like looks towards the curtain, and you can see people cheering at them, like moving around in circles out in the circus.
Where did we get elephants?
They're
don't
all
know.
We know a
alone.
guy.
I like them.
Do you not
They're
have an
on
elephant
loan.
guy?
Are they
Anywho,
pink elephants on parade?
as everybody now settles in, Lauren very disappointed and heading off to continue his discussions with the peacekeepers that are currently here, the sergeant and the others that are also talking about what has occurred and the fact that he's setting up a shelter for those that are in need now that they no longer have homes. All of you are remaining inside of the rooms looking at one another. Teo's asleep. Aaron, you went and got some concessions and moved back. Bungie, you went to your room. And that is where tonight's episode will come to.
I would like to try something really fast before we end the session.
What? What are you going to try now?
Because if I do it now, I can't do it next session because I can do this only once an episode.
Okay.
Could I use magic and my siblingly connection to my sister to transfer my just a flesh wound ability to her to help her heal one wound or negate one wound?
That's
Since,
late.
especially since now I am very much more freer with my magic use around her because since the cat's out of the bag and the fucking asshole
She's
might
asleep.
appear and we need to get her prepared for it.
That is an effect that only happens when the attack comes to you. So it's something that is a reflex against an injury. You can't use it to remove something that's not.
What if I
currently
did
happening.
chaos?
That's not how this one
I thought
works.
that's the point of chaos.
Well, it is to change the ability, but this one is not. I'm going to veto you on this one. This one is about being a reaction to an event.
Precisely.
It's a delayed reaction
No.
because
no.
of a
And
trauma.
with that,
Hold
thank
on,
you
I
very
would like to
much
make one argument that we didn't know. Toggy didn't know I was this injured because of my other abilities, so his reaction to
No,
seeing
too
me
late.
currently
No,
this
too late.
injured.
It's not the right thing. Sorry.
Damn it, I
Can I
tried.
say? Can I say I did an aware roll back then to
Thank
see if I
you
did see it and then
again.
react?
For coming and
wow.
watching us tonight.
I tried.
We will
This is not a
Disrupting his own
democracy.
rules.
return
Wow.
in 2 weeks. Wednesday after next, we'll be back. That is the 15th. So we'll see you then. Thank you again for watching. And good
Doggy
night,
got a
everyone.
+1.
And
Bye.
come by on the 10th for a one shot.
Yes, we have a one shot on the
Oh.
10th as well. Next Friday, we're going to be running a deep mine dig thing. We're going to call it Minecraft. Why not? All right.
I should
see
be in
you
the
all.
audience.
That might be trademarked.
Maybe. Again.
Damn.
Good night, everybody.